64-bit legends. Welcome.
Legend of the game like GoldenEye, I'm more than right.
Yeah.
The perfect dark is dreams that seem to come to life. 64-bit, the shit, it's as real as it gets. We can talk sports, games, and music, take your pick. With the news, pull up and crack a brew. Smoke one with the crew, tune in and take a view.
Watch.
We here to raise the bar from the lowest mark. Sit your ass down and listen, it's time for the show to start.
Welcome to another episode of 64-Bit Legends.
Yes.
I am Bobby Caboose, as always with Melvin Troy.
Yep.
We got T the Monster in the house.
I'm gonna just move in.
I know, man. That's like your chair.
Yeah.
You know, you're fucking, what, six-time champ?
Is this a 6 time? 1, 4, 5?
You know,
It's
it's
something like that.
It's something
It's up there.
It's up
I
there.
got rings. I got rings.
But we also have Mr. Too Cool for the Room, Big Daddy Cool, Tim Black.
What's happening? What's happening?
I thought you was finna call him Diesel.
You called him Diesel on the song, man. That's where I came at.
Oh, yeah, I
you
did.
know?
Yeah.
Razor Ramon and Diesel.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
he did.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
see,
Hey, yo.
I fucking listen.
That's true. Big
So, Tim, you got the new album drop,
Yeah.
Legend in the Flesh, man. This fucking shit it's dope, dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, bro.
You
Appreciate
got a
it.
nice set of collabs on there.
Yeah.
You got T. You got with Jay Rawson.
Jay Rawson, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Run us through some of the shit on the album, man.
Man, some of the shit. The first song is a Legend in the Flesh, man. Like, and I just wanted to come in spitting, and I took a different approach this time around.
Right,
You know
right.
what I'm saying? I chose beats that I don't normally choose.
Okay.
So then when I got to writing, I just got to it, man.
Yeah, man. And then Chasing the Money?
Chasing the
That's
Money.
That's already at your top of your Spotify, man.
Yeah, man.
That
We
shit's dope.
promoted
good.
that heavy, man. They put it on a lot of different playlists, man.
That is dope, dude.
I was gonna say, as far as like the beats and everything, you said it's something different. Like that's the one thing that like really caught me. Like it was just a different variety of different shit that I normally wouldn't hear.
Right.
And like I was listening to what was it? Just in the car on the way back over here. Oh, Just Another Day. Like that one is just like for the summertime.
Yeah.
Like that's a perfect like summertime, like just cruising with the windows down,
Yeah.
with the sun out. Like I like that type of shit. I like the more low, just like the chill
I
beats
like
and
that
shit
one.
like that.
Smoke a blunt and fucking
like-
just chill.
Yeah.
And
That scoreboard,
Scoreboard is
SOL
solid, man.
is cold, and the intro's cold.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another one I'm missing. Oh, and of course the song I'm on, of course.
Yeah.
Chasing
Yeah.
Money.
I forget that shit. Cold as hell, and that's damn near the whole project.
Yeah, I
Shit,
know,
like,
man.
like, it's cold.
I kept it short and sweet.
Yeah, no,
got to
man.
now.
Yeah.
That's I think the best albums are like that, man. Like,
Yeah.
I think Illmatic was 10
10
tracks,
songs,
man.
yeah.
Fucking great, dude.
And that they're kind of. I think that's kind of coming back around now. Like a lot of like.
Yeah.
I think Jay-Z's last album was like 10 songs. or
9
something like
tracks,
that.
yep.
9 something like
it's
that.
people's attention span, I think.
Right.
And I think I had this question on my my Instagram feed not too long ago, and I was like, "Do you guys want like a 40-minute album, or do you want like is it a time thing or is it a track thing?" I
Right.
think, and it's like I try to cater toward like if you put my album on and you're riding somewhere and you don't have to skip the damn track,
Yeah.
So if you go on like a 40-minute ride somewhere, it's like I'll just play this.
Right, right.
You know. And everyone else, they do like a 20-track album, and it's like, man, there's too much shit on here.
Right,
And
and
it's like,
and it's like what I like 2 or 3 songs off the album.
I
all
think
the
that'll
rest
be
of the
cold.
shit's
It's
garbage.
like everything else
Yep.
gets caught in the mix.
But Tim, man, you sound like Slim Thug. You sound like I-20, man. You got a deep ass fucking voice.
I've
bro.
heard that. I've heard that. Yeah, man. I've been hearing that for years, man.
Man.
I would say content-wise, because I've been rapping with Gerald since, or Tim Black, let me just say. I can call him that sometimes. I've been rapping since I was like 16, 15 years old. That's damn near half of my existence.
Yeah,
right.
Like,
Yeah.
damn. Ow.
We've been rocking for a minute, bro.
Yeah, that just made me feel somewhat old. Like half of my existence.
Right.
That's a good thing. Cheers to that shit, for real.
Pull up.
But,
Yeah, 'cause, you guys have both videos that I was there for. Tim was featured on, right?
factuals.
Off of yours?
Yeah.
We did what? I'm chilling,
And then in the Woodward track that never came out, and
we
I'm
never did the Woodward. Yeah, what
I'm
happened?
I'm gonna give you the politically correct answer.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna give you the unpolitical correct answer.
All right.
The politically correct answer is, the video never got finished. The unpolitical correct answer is
There's too many-
motherfuckers never sent me. Yeah, that too.
I was
The
gonna
un-
say there's too many white people in the video.
Well, no, not at all. That's not enough. That's not enough. We're on Woodward, and if you look at Detroit historically right now,
Right.
But no, like motherfuckers never sent me my footage to even for me to go and finish the video on my own.
really?
So it's like, well, I'm paying you to do, or no, I don't think it was a paying thing. It was no, I didn't pay this person. They were like,
And wasn't it one of
it
your
was
boys?
yeah, it was a favor type shit. And he was like, hey, are you going to finish the video? And I was like, well, yeah. He was like, well, let's do it. I was like, well, if you're busy or whatever, at least give me the footage.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can, go from there and have somebody else shoot and build from there. And never got the footage.
Hey, bro, you got to redo that. We got to redo that
We
video.
can
That
now.
song was
Hell
dope.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We definitely could do it now. I got the means to do it my goddamn self.
Right.
So it's
and
like,
you said you got the drone now, right?
I got.
Oh, that's
So you can. I don't know what the what
You just gave me a
the
brilliant idea.
like the regulations as far as flying it down there.
you just fly it. Who gives a shit?
No, because my drone is there are regulations and they will come get
Yeah, I
you
know.
for certain shit. But
No.
because my drone is under the FAA requires you to register your drone if it's over 250 grams.
Right.
Mine is 249.
Oh, look at that.
They built it just for that. Like literally,
Okay.
it was built. It's called the shout out to DJI, the DJI Mavic Drone Mini. I got that from watching
I
one
know
of my
that.
favorite YouTubers, Casey Neistat.
Yep.
But it's literally the size of my hand.
Okay.
Like, you've seen it.
I've seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
the size of my hand, and like I can, it gets literally up to. It can get to 2.5 miles away from me and shit.
So it's got to be under 250 grams. Do they fucking carry a scale around and be like, let me weigh that?
If you're traveling with it, they do. That's because of the travel thing.
Gotcha.
So like, if I'm traveling with it, I can have it in my carry-on and shit, and they'll be like, "Oh,
Gotcha.
just take it out the bag so we
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
what it is and shit." So
Yeah, I wanted to take mine. I got
Yeah,
a
yours is
DJI
big.
Phantom 4.
yeah, yours is bigger.
I wanted to take it down to Miami when I went down there, but I was like, man, fucking, they ain't gonna
great
let me
footage,
put it on
bro.
plane.
Well, you would have to put it under.
Yeah, I didn't
There's a
want
way
to
to
check
pack
it
it.
either, or whatever.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I didn't want to fucking FedEx it or whatever down there either. It'd been too
Yeah,
expensive.
yeah, extra
It just
money.
wasn't worth it.
But yeah, we can shoot that video now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it. We can do a lot of shit now, bro.
Let's do it.
Like, let's. Like, once I I've been so busy with this shit because, like, literally, I'm shooting my first movie. If you guys are on the podcast, I'm shooting my first movie this week, and I'm gonna be like tied up for 40 days.
Is it called Another Friday?
No, it's called Asbury Park, but that would be funny. No, but actually, no, we could do something. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if I can pull somebody from the movie into a video. Cash Doll's gonna be in a movie.
What is it? So,
already
so
know
it's gonna be
Cash
like a
Doll.
soundtrack music video, like
No, no,
how
no,
they
no,
used
no.
to do with clips of the movie in there.
That'd be perfect.
If
I'm
I
surprised
had
it hasn't
control
come
of the
back.
film,
By the way,
I know the director of the movie and producer of the movie, and yeah, man. I don't think I could do that shit because if someone purchased the movie at fucking Sundance, then I can't use that footage. They'll
But
take it down.
Tim, for this album, you making a video for any of the songs?
We talking about doing Chasing His Money.
Yep.
Okay.
Chasing His Money, man. Like that. The song, the whole concept is just dope to me.
Right,
So
right.
me and T, we already talked about it. So we put
So
it together.
and that it also features Jay Rawson, right?
Yeah, that's my guy, man. Shout out to Rawson, man. That's my guy. I've been rocking with him since 2001.
Yeah, with I really like his verse on Scoreboard.
Yeah.
And with your guys' voices, because he's got like, kind of like a squeakier voice,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
a softer voice, but like the contrast is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Appreciate
Between
it.
yours is like, dope is, or not dope, but fucking, I-20-ish. Deep.
Well, on the frequency level, for those who know music, it would be like Gerald's voice is on the low end, and then
Yes.
Yeah, and he's high.
Rawson's voice is like mid high.
Yep.
Right.
And then so you gotta see. I've been reading them books.
Yeah,
Reading them
I
books.
know. I know.
So,
You know I know.
I've been reading them books, so you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
cut off the high frequencies on some people and some. I've been reading that shit.
Yeah,
That shit's
man.
crazy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we definitely gonna shoot that video.
Yeah,
Chasing it.
we definitely we just moved the office. What's today? Thursday.
Okay.
We have the means like a motherfucker
Let's
to do
do
that
it.
concept we were talking about.
Yeah,
like
let's-
for real.
let's
for
do
real.
it.
So we can like
While
this-
I'm free, I got a number of time on my hands right now.
Okay, so I'm literally, as you guys are getting a brief, like this on the podcast, this is great. But like, I'm going out of town Thursday.
Oh, wait, this is on the
weekend.
podcast? Jamal, we're doing the podcast, man?
It's an ongoing joke because I be forgetting that we're on a podcast and we got to do podcast.
Bro, so we did this, to catch you up, man, we did this, a video game character draft, right?
That
We
shit was
we
epic.
put 50 characters of video games in a pool, and we did like a round robin and drafted a team, right? So we're telling T this, and we're talking out there, out in the living room, and he's like, yeah, man, this shit's gonna be dope. When we gonna start? We're like, well, we gotta just set up the mics and shit, and we'll be good. And he's like, oh wait, this is going on the podcast? We're like, yeah, motherfucker. Like, why else would we
I
be
thought
doing
we were
this
just,
shit?
I thought it was just some cool shit. You know, I was like, oh, okay, I'm down for this kind of shit. You know, hey, I love the '90s. I was like, I'm down for this shit. Then I was like, oh, even better, it's on the podcast. That shit just made it that much better to me.
And then he kept getting pissed because everyone was taking his pics.
Definitely, I had a whole list. I like strategized and shit 2 days before on the Friday came in. I was like, hold on, let me get these people. I had the whole strategy behind the team. I had a bunch of generals. The first person he picked was the top person in my list. Was M. Bison.
I picked him.
So he picked M. Bison first, and I was like, well, there goes my general.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Immediately.
It's a wrap.
There it goes. But
Yeah, his whole strategy flew out the window after
immediately,
that. Man.
I just had to kind of WWF it at that point and just kind of go.
Yeah, man. Hornswoggle was the big reveal.
The little leprechaun. Hilarious. No,
But Tim, if I'm a new listener to your music, man, where do I start?
You mean like
As far as album, you know,
Yeah.
Shit, man.
I know you got a lot of shit out there. You might not have as much shit as T, because T puts out something every 15 minutes.
He do.
Or at least it seems like it.
Well, I don't know where to start, man. Like, we can go all the way back to. Damn.
You can go.
That's
to
a good damn question, man. Fuck.
You know about stuff that's
When you
online.
stump your
help him.
guest, man, that's
Hold
a
on.
good damn
Yeah.
I can kind of help him. So wait, if you're going back to stuff that's online, so shit.
The All Black Project would be the first one. The All
And
Black
that's
Project.
2004.
No, I really did that one in 2007, but I didn't release it till 2010.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So that would be like the first one to start with. The All Black Project is the first one to start with.
Damn.
That's the one with
One-
all black on there.
The first version.
Yeah, I
of
got
All
the cover
Black.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm adding this to my little to the list.
Yeah, that would be the
So you guys
first
gotta
one to
catch up. I
start
already
with.
got those. No, I'm just kidding. But
Yep,
yeah.
it's on Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's you got your shit everywhere.
Everywhere, bro.
Awesome.
That's what's wrong with the city.
Yeah, man, you got a lot of shit out here.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's quite a bit of
He
albums.
definitely
I
has
mean,
more online than I do.
I've been working.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still scrolling through the singles.
I've been working, bro.
Yeah, this is.
Currently, let's see.
Yeah,
There's a lot- there's a lot here.
Years in the making, All Black Project, Uncensored, What You Know About Me, Born to Win, The Bounce,
Born to Win was cold.
In My Own Lane,
In My Own Lane
Last
was
Man
cold.
Standing,
That one was cold.
Elevated,
That's a classic. Elevated was cold.
Been Winning,
Been winning. Yep.
and
That
then
one
the
was
singles.
cold.
Oh, you got a single called Hornitos?
Hey, Hornitos,
Hornitos.
go.
Wait, what?
Hornitos, go. Y'all, you ain't heard that one.
No,
Man.
what?
That's what you
so
drink
so
turn
dig
up
the
to.
story. Dig the story, right?
Okay.
So my man, shout out to Scotty, right?
Scotty Mac.
Yeah, Scotty Mac.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey man, you ever drunk Hornitos? I'm like, I probably haven't drunk so much
Right,
shit. You know?
right.
So he like, you should make a song about Hornitos. I'm like, all right, well, cool. He was like, well, just shoot it to me whenever you can. So my sister come through the crib, right? We roll.
Shout out to Shayla.
Yeah, we roll up, smoke real quick, and something just hit me. I just got the right, and I did that shit in like 20 minutes, bro.
Those be the best ones.
I did in like
Those
20
are the
minutes.
best ones that you do like that.
Right, right.
Just come. Those are the best
Well,
ones.
dude, like, T did our intro for the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
and,
You sent that to me, didn't you?
And-
no, I listened to the podcast when you
Yeah.
sent me the.
yeah, it was fucking cold as shit. And he said,
I just freestyled off the top of the head,
Fuck,
like the
man.
beat I just
Yeah.
had laying, or the sample I had laying around, because like I love 90s shit. Like the
Right.
samples from, if you guys haven't heard, it's from GoldenEye, my fucking
Yep.
favorite video game of all time.
Was that from the facility level, or is that just the general intro for the game?
No, that
I'm trying. I was just talking to someone about it actually.
bunker level.
Was it the
It
bunker one?
Bunker level. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you
But is-
did you draft Odd Job?
Yes. I
Okay,
did.
Yeah.
I
I'm
did
gonna say
draft
if
Odd
you're
Job. Short fuck.
I'm gonna say if your favorite video game was GoldenEye, man, and you didn't draft Odd Job,
No, I
there's something wrong
definitely
with you.
drafted him, but no, I did the intro for you guys, and the same thing. It was like 15 minutes. Like
Yeah.
I did the beat in like 10 minutes. I was like, oh, this sample, and I was just like, when you have an MPC in your hands, it's really
Easy.
yeah, as fuck. Like I made like 5 beats in 20 minutes the other day. My wife was looking at me like,
Damn.
yeah, it's a gift, it truly, and a curse at the same time, because
All
it's
right.
like you'll
Okay,
be asleep.
Jay-Z.
No, it is, because like, bro, I mean, like, no, I say that because like, it'll be times where I just want to go to sleep, and then it's like there's these ideas that just come at fucking 3 in the morning. That's when your mind between the time of 3:38
and 3:41.
The Witcher's Hour.
Bingo. You know what I'm talking about.
what
That's
you're
when
talking
your
That's
mind's the
3 minutes,
most.
dude. Is that what you
Exactly.
just said? 3 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
3:38
Your
to
mind's the
3:41?
most
Yep.
is at its peak.
Okay.
It is most productive, and literally, that's every time. That's about the time I wake up every morning, like 3:34, 3:38, or it'll be 4:44. My cat will come in at 4:44 and wake me up.
Well, I know like around, between 3:10 and 3:15 is supposed to be when you see ghosts. So
Is it? Well,
maybe it's right after.
Yeah, pop,
You know,
possibly.
might
They
be
might
it.
be in my studio and shit.
I'm
And
pretty
they
sure
be like,
people are
"Record this
just
hook. I'm like,
I'm pretty sure just at that time people are either just drunk or fucked up.
Possibly.
If you get all the ideas and you're seeing ghosts, man, you got to,
no, it'll
right
be
after the
some
bar
shit.
close.
No, I'll be asleep. That's the thing. I'm asleep. I'll be asleep, but then it'll be boom. Here's this hook. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, go write this down or you won't remember this shit. What? Go record it before you forget this shit. I'm like, I don't feel like go record it.
That goes back to some advice I give like a lot of artists. You gotta have an in-home studio.
Right.
Period.
Yes.
You must have an in-home studio, like, because when you're ready to do it, like T was just saying, when you're
Yeah.
ready to do it, I don't care what time it is.
Yep.
Right.
3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. You right there.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay.
and
boom.
it's not the same inspiration that you're going to get later. Where I've done it where I'll have an idea and I'll like, oh, let me just write it down and I'll do it tomorrow. And then I'll do it. I'll start to do it.
It's
I'm
not
like,
the same.
I don't know
It's
what the
not the
fuck I was
same.
thinking
Yep.
about. Like, this
Yeah.
is gone. I don't like this. And then I stop.
That's big, and it's like that's why I only record when I'm inspired. Because if I go and like try to force some shit out for whatever reason,
ain't gonna work.
It's not gonna work.
Right.
It's not gonna be the same as I caught that. It's like lightning in a bottle. You catch that shit. Oh, that shit was great.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what's taking me so long with this goddamn album. Otherwise, you guys, like you said, I would be putting out shit like
Yeah, man. Okay, so I saw the track list yesterday.
Yeah.
I saw it on Facebook, and you don't feature Tim Black.
He's on there.
I didn't see
He's
his feature on there.
he's like mixing and mastering some of the shit on the album.
I didn't see his feature on there.
I'm mixing him out. He ain't put me on no track. Though.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
man?
he ain't
What
put me
we
on
can
no
edit.
track.
We
What
can
the hell?
we can change that immediately.
Like he shows you love on his album.
We can change that immediately.
Fuck, man.
But T know I ain't tripping.
Yeah,
Man.
nothing like that.
We got a project together.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all-
we're working on one together
working
right
on
now.
that shit.
oh, best of both worlds type shit.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, which one's R. Kelly?
Yeah, which one's R. Kelly? Here?
I'm definitely Sean Carter. He's Jay-Z in this album. Someone else got to be Robert. Right. But no, we're working on the album together. Actually, and that's been like
that'll be dope.
he sent me 2 beats like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And like I've been
Okay.
trying to find a time to get to them.
So you make your own shit too? You're
No,
doing
no,
beats?
I deal with multiple producers online.
Someone
Okay.
sends him a
Okay.
plethora. Like he has like this vault of like unlimited beats, and he'll just send me this shit, and I'll be like, when he send me something like the ones I be sending right back immediately, that's because I'm right there in the studio. Most of the time when you email me, I'll be out like in like downtown or some shit. I'll have the song on in the car, and I'll be like, all right, yep. Then when I get home, this shit be gone. I'll be like, fuck.
Yeah.
But if I'm like right there in the crib when you send that shit, I'm like, yeah, give me 20 minutes.
Yeah, he'll
Yeah.
send it right- But that's
Right
how.
back.
Hold on. That's how we did what Saturday Night Session.
Yeah. He's
Like,
yeah.
we did that album in 6 hours.
Yep.
Damn.
Damn.
We did it in 6. He was recording. He'd email it to me. I email it back, and then we just flip flop.
I don't know what it was. I was
Over the
just,
course of
and I was
6
just,
hours.
and I was just
That's impressive.
sitting in the studio the entire time.
And how
Check
many
this
how
out.
many tracks is it?
We just did
It's
a
like
five track EP.
Yeah. And so like this current one we got now, we're working on is probably at like 4 or 5 tracks right now. But he just
Okay.
sent me like 2 fire ass beats.
So we might have to do more than
Yeah, we might have to drop like a 10 boy. Like,
could do
for
a
real.
10 boy.
We could do a
Easy.
10 piece with some
So
fries.
so when you do,
for real, like I'm serious.
what kind of sauce, bro?
Like shit, barbecue, whatever the fuck. We can do the Arby's sauce. I don't give a fuck.
Arby's.
Arby's sauce is
Damn.
fucking delicious.
Hell
man.
yeah, it's good.
See, I don't fuck with barbecue sauce, but the Arby's sauce, man.
Low key, I might have time this week to do this shit. Like I'm really thinking about this. Like
So now, not to interrupt you, but not these projects that you guys do together. Are you both of you featured on every single song?
every song.
Yeah, every
That's
song,
awesome.
Every song.
Yeah.
We ain't had no features, did we? On what was that Saturday Night Session?
no, not Saturday night session.
No, we ain't had no features.
On Friday night we do. Yeah, we got a couple. One.
Who on there?
Ross for the were we putting a remix on
Oh,
there?
the remix of Chasing This Money?
Yeah.
We gotta put that
Yeah,
on there.
it's been a remix of Jason's Money on there.
With the three of you?
Yep.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's on there. And then
Is it a different beat or is it same beat or?
Different beat, same lyrics, different beat.
Okay.
I was just looking it up. Saturday with that's an album. Saturday Night Session.
Yeah, Saturday Night
so
Session.
we recorded on this Saturday. Like
Okay.
that's how
What?
that shit happened.
What? Because I was looking it up right now. Like, what artist is it? Like, both of you listed on that, or you guys got like
Tim
a group
Black
name?
and T the Monster.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I'm gonna look that up on Spotify. Add that to my playlist as well.
Royalties, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get some more streams in there.
You need those
Bingo.
streams, man.
And it's like people don't know that shit. Like that's another thing. Like do music with other people.
Right.
Like that's big because like even if someone's producing your shit, because then you're getting that person's fan base.
Yeah.
Etc. And vice versa. Like oh who's Tim Black? Oh who's See the Monster? Oh like oh you just got another.
Oh shit, they got Shakira on their fucking song.
Right. You never know.
Yeah.
With some
Yeah.
shit like that.
Right.
Oh he works with this person. Like, yeah, you didn't know. Dumbass.
That was the last couple projects I did. Me and you got one. Then I did one that years in the making.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did that with one of my other guys, Bam Bear Rock.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and then I did Catch a Vibe with another cat named Big Knot.
Okay.
So we just cross marketing.
Right,
pretty
right,
much,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that also helps you get into because it's really about landing in those playlists.
That's
like
it.
that's. I mean, if you look at Drake's in every single fucking playlist out there. No matter what, you'll be like, I was listening to acoustic music, and all of a sudden I got Drake. I don't know how the fuck he got in there,
Yep.
but he got in. And then
Well, that's what we were talking about Post Malone too yesterday.
Yep.
All of his shit sounds the same, but like it's a good vibe. You know, like so like you're gonna you're like, oh well,
He
you know,
tells
it
me
doesn't
this
matter
shit
what
all
fucking
the
song
time.
it is because it sounds the same, but if you listen to one, you're gonna like them all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He would tell me this all the time.
Yeah.
Like he would tell me like dropping the gyms like you need to get on these playlists and shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like get on the playlist and so like before I like promote the album for real because like now I'm still like I just shot the video yesterday. I've been up for the last 20 like I said like 36.
What's the
hours.
single called?
Tighten Up. That shit called.
Yeah,
Tighten
yeah.
Up's the video, and we just shot the shit in an abandoned building yesterday. Like
Oh,
I just,
damn.
Like that the band nigga. We shot this shit at fucking 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning in an abandoned building in Detroit.
So dog, you ain't call me to come to the video shoot?
Yeah, what the fuck?
It was- no,
I ain't on the album. I ain't come to the video shoot,
No,
bro.
on God, it was completely improv. Swear to God, it was
Spur of the
improv. Spur of the moment
Yeah.
shit. My boy Sean. I think I told you about Sean. He lived around the block from you on.
Oh, you told me about him.
Yeah, it was completely spurred him. Shout out to Sean because he's actually the one who helped me get this piece on the movie. Like he was like, "Hey, I got to get some camera work done, so I could test these angles out for
Yeah,
this
yeah.
movie. You want to shoot this video? You would just have to be on set. And I was supposed to be on the Bentley tomorrow or yesterday for the shit too.
Right.
But he was like, you just have to be on set tomorrow at 5 a.m. and we could just get your music video in real quick. And I was like,
Damn.
5 a.m. I was like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. It's a fucking free music video. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? Why
Beat
not?
that.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
It's like, okay, I can't complain. I just have to get my ass up early and do this shit. And it came out like great. Like it came out like perfect. So that shit.
Yeah,
we was
man.
only out there for like 3 hours.
I like how you're like, yeah, man, Timmy, give me those beats, man. Yeah, you can't do nothing else though.
hey man, you guys, you doing a music video? No, that's not happening. I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know
man.
what you're talking about.
You're like, dude, you're like Big Boy when Chappelle calls him, and he's like, "Nah, man, I'm getting
I saw
back
the
surgery."
episode yesterday. He's like, maybe we can go golfing. No, I'm playing on the moon, bitch. I'm like, sorry, Dave, gotta go. I saw the episode yesterday. No, that's not the vibe at all. But it's like, it was just completely everything like on God, like, and I'm grateful for this, like, for the build up for my album. It's just been like spur of the moment, right
Yeah.
place, right time, just being there, and it's like I'm grateful for that. Like people who just coming in like, oh, I'm gonna help you with this, help you with that, and they're not even charging me type
Right.
shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
This is like just being there.
Well,
you know?
it's kind of like a thing where, like, you if you get put on, man, you put everyone else
Being-
around. You know what I mean?
Of course,
Especially with
absolutely.
the artists.
Yes.
Like that's easy, man. Like,
Absolutely, and then it takes one feature. That's
Yeah.
it. One feature or one this and one that, and be like, yeah, well, since you're on this song, come with me to this event or come with me
Right.
to the Grammys or come with, whatever the case may be. And then you're exposed to it, and then that person's out there. It's
Yeah.
networking. That's it.
Right.
That's all it is. I wish people understood that shit in the city.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I deal with it on Twitch a lot, where and you can watch it in real time because you watch an audience come in. Like sometimes another streamer will send over their audience once they're done streaming. They'll just like raid yours, and you'll get like 50 people come in, and then you see people kind of trickle off. But then it's on you to you got to sell yourself
Right. To
to
those
these
people.
new people, and then I usually collect another 10 more people in the audience now on a regular basis. And it's like that with everything. Unfortunately, for most things, you just can't see it in real time.
Yeah.
When you get into that playlist or you get into the fucking whatever event or whatever it is, and you are always selling yourself. And it's if you can wrap your mind around that, like that's where you could build success from that.
Agreed. An old boss told me that shit, or an old manager rather. I ain't gonna call nobody my boss, but an old manager told me that. He was like, it's branding. He said, brand yourself,
Right.
sell your brand. He told me that about getting promotions, like for jobs. He's like, you have to sell your brand of who you are. And like when he told me that shit, I'm like, bro, this is fucking corporate America. Like, I'm just trying to be a supervisor. What the fuck? I'm trying to make $60,000 a year.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So then after I left that job or whatever, like I quit and left from there. Then I started realizing what he was saying. I was like, oh, it's branding you.
Yep.
And like
Yeah.
personality is what sells and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, it makes sense now. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, man, there can only be so many words on a resume, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Till you start showing that's what that's a different story. Different episode. I'll put that on my podcast.
I'm just waiting for your weekly rant, dude.
Oh, it's gonna come. You guys know you know how I get. It's gonna happen.
He goes on like every time he's on here, man. He goes on like a 10-minute fucking rant, and no one else talks, and then we're just like, all right then.
Right. It happens on my podcast too. My wife should be like, "Yep," and I'll be like, "I know it's about to come." I call it T's tangent.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
go on a tangent on my podcast. Like I'm about to go on a tangent soon. It'll be a certain topic, and I'll just go off like, you know what, that shit pisses me off, and I'll just go off. Like, but
It gotta happen.
yeah, it has to. It's what intrigues people to listen to, and it's like, well, if it pisses me off, it has to piss one other person out of the 8 billion people almost on this planet, somebody else.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you're playing the odds.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, that's what people like. That's what moves stuff in the like the algorithms and everything. It's all just to get the emotion out of you. And that's yeah, like on the YouTube algorithm and shit like that.
We have to talk off camera about that because I'm bringing the show.
We're
back.
not on camera.
You know, God damn it, fuck you, okay? I know we're not on camera. I'm so used. That shows you right then and there where I'm used to being and shit.
That was hilarious.
No, and I appreciate you bringing me back to earth.
I mean, we
'cause-
will be on camera in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like
but
that shows you where I be at.
we're doing a podcast, T.
I know. We'll talk
All right.
off tape about. I'd be so off. I swear.
All right, man. I'm gonna jump into our sponsorship real quick.
Oh,
since
yes.
we're running a little.
Who's
you know.
sponsored this week?
All right, man. You're gonna like this one, man. Today's episode is brought to you by Debo's Pigeon Coop. If you need a spot to store your pigeons, or if you're tripping on angel dust and need a place to sweat like a slave, check out Debo's Pigeon Coop.
I currently keep my chickens there.
At sign up, get your first month free. For more information, check out that'smy200$.com. Again, that'smy200$.com. Debo's Pigeon Coop.
Oh my god.
I'm glad we were able to snag.
You
that
gonna
as a
subscribe
sponsor.
or you gonna get your ass knocked out?
I thought you might like that one, man. Debo reached out to me personally.
Oh man. That's hilarious.
That's funny. You guys should when you guys are on camera, y'all should do like physical commercials of this shit. That should be so fucking funny.
We thought about for the because we'll be doing on YouTube and shit. We need kind of an intro, so we were thinking eventually. I mean, this is way probably down the road, but doing a music video to your intro.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
That'd be
Yep.
hype as fuck.
So
Hey T, am I invited?
Yes, yes, you are.
you're behind camera.
No,
Can you hold a boom mic?
that's fucked up because I definitely just hired someone, or I know someone who just got hired to do that for real on this movie, and they were like, "I'm doing what?" And then they heard it what they were getting paid. They were like, "Oh, okay." Shit's crazy, man. Shout out to the movie world. I can't tell
Yeah,
y'all
money in
some
there.
Shout out to the movie
Can't
world.
tell y'all some things on
on-
podcast on podcast.
On audio,
It's just
Yes.
it's a very, very generous on audio. It's very generous what they are paying.
Oh,
I
yeah.
will say.
Yeah.
Very generous. On top of what Uncle Trump is paying.
yeah, man.
Keyword
Uncle
on
Trump.
top of.
I'm waiting on that second check to come through. I was looking
know.
on that.
They
I
said
keep
it-
looking
they said
every
it's
day,
happening.
and
They
I'm
said
like,
it's happening, but it's just a matter of when. So
Yeah.
go ahead and cut that $4,000 tax travel tax. That's what they're saying, right? $4,000.
that was one of them. Yeah, like $4,000 you get to write off on your taxes to go
For
eat at
to go
restaurants and
travel.
travel. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
going to Hawaii.
yeah, I'm gonna take a vacation. Fuck it, let's do
Right.
it. If I can write that off, give me another. I know it's gonna happen before November. We all know that we're gonna get another paycheck
Oh, yeah.
before then. So
Oh yeah, because that's election time.
exactly.
It's gonna happen.
September. I think it'll come by September.
They're saying
October.
July.
Probably.
They're saying it's supposed to come. The second stimulus check supposed to come in July.
Yeah, I heard
Really?
that. I heard about that one. Yeah.
Like I'm like, bring that.
The,
For real.
dude, the best was on Twitter, man. Like when like the dudes would go to the bank and get like their $1,200 in like 5s and 10s and just like flash it and be like,
Yes.
be like, Obama ain't doing shit for us.
Were they black, Mike?
They were.
Okay. So there it is. Enough said. See,
Oh, man.
dumb. Yeah, damn it.
Okay. Everybody getting this money right now, right? Mm-hmm. How many people putting that money up and investing, looking to invest in something?
You know, we've been talking about it.
Yeah, I know. I ain't seen so many crab legs online. Dog, this shit is crazy.
People just getting extra shit, buying all this like extra shit, like.
Because it's gonna run out.
Absolutely.
I just bought this baby straight
I
cash.
just bought the baby cash. Now that you got this money, are you going to quit your job as this janitor? Janitor, I'm a truck driver. Oh, this is a truck driver. I'm a janitor.
Yeah.
I just bought this baby straight cash. No, but like it's kind of. We kind of are. I don't say not kind of are getting reparations, but like they kind of giving out money if you unemployed.
Yeah,
they are.
I mean, everyone was posting that meme like Tron living in the city.
Yeah, like with the Dave Chappelle shit.
Yeah, look, Ma, I'm making juice.
Oh man,
Oh, look at me, America. I'm making juice. I'm definitely making juice because like I'm very grateful for COVID-19, as unfortunate as it was.
Right, man. I mean, same, dude. This is
Like-
the most money I made, in a long time.
yeah.
I'm making more quote unquote unemployed than I was employed.
Right. I didn't know I was so special and essential, man.
Man, wait, are you getting it? Are you getting this?
Well, no, my hours just at work, dude. I'm fucking working a shitload.
They said that in the second stimulus check, you like the folks who've been working, they're supposed to get some kind of like hazardous.
they were talking
Yeah.
about 25 grand, bro.
shit. Hell yeah, you should get 25 grand.
So
Yeah, it was like 13 an hour
Yeah.
added to your salary. Or something
13
like that.
an hour up to 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
And you've been busting. I know
Fuck
you've been
yeah,
working
man.
like a motherfucker. God damn, you
Yeah.
about to get like 25 grand for
I
sure.
hope, man. I
Mike
hope.
gonna pull up with a Bentley, like, yeah, you know. No, hold on, you're not black. I'm sorry. Mike's gonna pull up, like, actually.
I thought I was
it's in your
black,
car.
man.
I mean, you are, but you know,
Fuck, man.
you know, you aren't the hood blacks. You just buy shit and buy Bentleys and live in. I believe someone said this in their song. They buy Bentleys and shit and live in their mother's basement. It's ridiculous.
Well,
it wasn't Bentley exactly, but it was definitely a vehicle. They live in their mom's basement.
if I knew anything about Tim Black before him coming here, I knew he wasn't a CP4 or CB4.
Dude,
This is true.
I heard that. I haven't heard that reference in a long time.
Not
That's
a
a fuck.
CB4, bro.
No CB4.
Straight out of low cash.
Hey
Yeah.
man,
Straight out of the low.
what you get in the music, you gonna get in person. You know what I'm saying? I ain't out of low cash, bro. Like,
Dude, that's
Oh,
a fucking.
shit.
I haven't seen that movie in a while.
Yeah,
but
that's
I
a gem, dude.
I think wasn't Charlie Murphy like the guy? What was his? What was the?
it was
someone
Gusto.
Gusto.
He was the real Gusto.
Yeah, that's right.
I tried to find it on Fire Stick, but
Mm-hmm.
it's no links.
Really?
No links pop up for it on Fire Stick.
For CB4?
For CB4. No.
It was a lot of heavy hitters in that movie. Yeah, Wanda
was.
Sykes was in that bitch. Chris Rock, Charlie Murphy was in that motherfucker. Damn.
That was a great movie.
It was. It was especially for the time. I mean, it was.
Was Wanda Sykes in that?
It was so obvious that he's ripping off NWA.
Right.
I mean, he looks just like Eazy-E.
Had a little fake Jerry curl.
Yeah.
glasses and shit and the Scully.
Fucking Mel, man, he smoked weed with Charlie Murphy.
I did, yes.
Really?
Yeah, this was back in like 2013. So I was working at the Gathering of the Juggalos. This will be on another podcast about jobs. I spent
Yeah,
many
so you
years.
guys just post that
Yeah,
about the
that's gonna probably be a three-parter.
Okay.
But I spent a lot of years working for the Insane Clown Posse and their label and everything. And so anyway, one of the things I had to do for the Gathering was to do merch. Like I handled all the merch sales. And Charlie Murphy was selling his own merch, so they were like, "Hey, I need you to go down, meet up with him, go sell his stuff after he does his set, and then I got to fill out like some tax forms for him." So I do all that, and I'm gonna be honest, he got a little too fucked up on stage. It's not the best. However, I'm in the back after he does his set. We're in this trailer because everything's out in the middle of the woods at this place, right? And I'm in the trailer, I'm filling this thing out, and then one of the guys I'm working with just like opens the door. He's like, "Hey, do you wanna smoke some weed with Charlie Murphy?" I'm like, "Yeah, why not?"
Charlie Murphy's
So,
True Hollywood Stories.
dude, we all sat around smoking weed. He was hilarious. He was telling stories just like on like Chappelle's show. Like just he was ripping on other comedians that were there or supposed to be there. Fucking, and I was like, why doesn't he just do this on stage? Like this is fucking hilarious. And then we just smoked, got some liquor. We were drinking. He got really fucked up. We drove around on golf carts and then ended up watching wrestling. And I was like, I don't know what life I'm living right now. Like I don't
just kicked it with Charlie fucking Murphy.
Yeah, and now we're watching wrestling in the middle of the woods, all fucked up together. Like this is.
I can see Charlie. Wow, look at this suplex.
That's legendary.
Yeah, that's a story, bro. Like that's some legendary shit. Like you can say, like God rest Charlie Murphy's soul, but like you can say you did that shit.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was like out of all the things that I've done, especially with that job, that was like a highlight of mine. It was like because it was just so surreal to be like, it's one thing to be like, oh, I met so and so, or oh, I met Mark Wahlberg. I was like, who gives a shit? Yeah, he was but like to be like just to hang out and then just to see like and to get the thing that you see on TV. Like when you meet someone on TV, you be like you realize like, oh, that's just a persona.
Yeah.
But no, that's the way he really was.
Really like that.
And I was super impressed by that. And he just naturally funny. Like he would just tell these stories and the way he just ripping at people and like, yeah, it was awesome. And then when I found out that he'd passed or whatever, I was like, God damn. I was like, I'm glad I was able to squeeze in that moment.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Well, we were talking about this maybe a week or two ago. That it like a situation with Charlie Murphy where your brother's like huge, like a huge superstar.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost better to be the brother because Eddie Murphy, everywhere he went, like he'd get like fucking hounded by people.
Yep.
If you're just the brother, like
walking in the background, like look at this motherfucker right here.
I still get to live the life,
Right.
But I don't have to deal with people like fucking.
I had that thought.
Hounded me.
Like I had that similar thought the other day. Mine's the brother piece, but like being the famous and shit. Like obviously, like when the music take off, it's like all right. I'm a very private person to a certain extent because it's like people can be in my face with cameras and shit. Like like okay, that's cool, but it's like I hope they know me well enough where it's like don't do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we could be cool and have a conversation, but please get that fucking camera out my face.
Right.
So it's like hopefully it's like that because like I don't know if I can deal with it. It's like all right, I'm gonna sock the fuck out you after a while.
Then you
like,
get the marks too, dude.
yeah, and it's like oh my god, get that ticket for like hold on, bro.
Let me rap for you. Let me do this.
I will try my best to respect that because I was him. I was the
Right.
let me rap for you guy. So it's like, all right, true story. And I tried that shit with Nas in Toronto when I met him. I was like, can I rap for you? Type shit. Like,
Right.
we're in the middle of a fucking performance in a club, and he was like, I'm like, can I rap for you? And he was like, man, no. He was like, out of respect, he was like, I'm having a good time right now. I'm not the type to, da 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 da. He ended up pouring me some champagne, ironically, into the same kind of red cup. He poured me some champagne, and we
Man,
were kicking it.
that's a pretty known brand, man. That's okay, it's a red Solo cup, bro.
Yeah, it is a fucking red Solo cup, isn't it?
I'm just saying,
Bobby
man.
Caboose. It is, isn't it? I'm gonna put your whole government name out here. God damn it. No, but yeah, that was some people are like that, but like I'm hoping I'm like the celebrity who maintains their secrecy and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see me in public. Like I'm always like on my farm or some shit. But when you do see me, it's like big. Like shit.
Well, that's one thing that I've learned also that takes away from it is like you meet people that have got some fame or something, and then when you peek behind the curtain, you're like, oh no, it kind of takes away where you're just like, oh, you're kind of you're kind of a dick, or you got like, well, maybe you got a drug problem, or you got a thing. I'm like, wish I didn't know that,
Right.
Because now it just takes away. Like nowadays I prefer like I like to admire from afar. Like I don't want to if I see some like a. I don't know. We'll just pull out. We mentioned him a few times, like a Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like if I get a chance to meet him, cool. But I don't want to. I don't want to know much, just because it'll take away. It'll take
Right.
away from the whole like image and the way the thought process is.
I know people who've met Dave Chappelle, and they said he's the same person. Same with Charlie Murphy. Say he's the
Well,
same
good.
exact person on TV.
I could
same. Say he's the funniest motherfucker alive. They say same person on TV. They said the shit. Same.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's probably why they were cool. They were saying like some of the shit Dave says off camera is the funniest shit.
So technically, I didn't meet him, but like in Vegas, me and my brother were walking in a casino, and Eddie Griffin, he walked past us, and so we're walking towards him, and he's walking this way, and like as soon as he's like passing us, my brother's like, "Hey, what's that dude's name again?" And like Eddie Griffin heard him, and he's like, "What? Like you don't know who I am?"
All right. That's why
He's like, "Who?" My brother's like, "Ain't that
What's that nigga again?
Yeah."
Fuck his name. It's,
ironically,
don't get it wrong.
Ironically, before I got here, I was taking a shower or whatever, and I was listening to
Dude,
some
Tim, we don't
Eddie
need
Griffin.
need to know.
I gonna give you the detail. Too much Henny.
Yeah, that's. I was using my Pert Plus. I got.
But I was listening to Eddie Griffin, man. Funny cat.
Yeah,
Funny cat.
yeah, man. He, I don't know if you guys have ever seen The New Guy, the movie with DJ Qualls or Quills or whatever his name is.
Oh, isn't
the
it-
skinny white dude and
Yeah.
Eddie Griffin? But he's fucking hilarious in that movie. That's the kind of hidden gem as well.
Eddie Griffin used to be funny like in the early 2000s and shit.
Yeah, he was
I would-
everywhere.
That's the
Yeah.
kind of person I would hope to be, like a celebrity. Like, when you do see me and shit, like, don't take a picture and shit, but just enjoy the moment.
Oh, I thought you
Mm-hmm.
meant like someone walking past you be like, "Who the hell is that again?"
No,
what's that guy's name?
If someone said that, I'd be like, even better. I'd be like, bet I could blend in now. Like, I
Isn't
can
that-
go
what's
back
his
to
name?
not being famous. Like, okay, cool. Sit at this slot machine and shit, and no one to bother me.
Hilarious.
But man, that's a good shit. Eddie Griffin, Undercover Brother was probably his. That and Deuce Bigelow, he was funny as fucking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was good in that
Yeah.
one. That's a what? That's another guy. Fucking Rob Schneider. Where the fuck did he go? He's not. Is he
The-
even in those like Adam Sandler movies
Plus, he
anymore?
works a lot with Adam Sandler.
The last one was he was in the big one was Grown Ups. I
Was he
think.
in that?
Yeah, he was in that.
Oh, okay.
He
All
was
right. Well, I
dating-
take that.
He
back.
was like dating the like 80-year-old bitch.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
And
now
he was,
I remember.
he was like super
All right.
hippie and shit.
That was the movie they all went on like that vacation or
Yeah,
some shit.
it wasn't. It wasn't that good.
No, it's just like
It had a lot of star power, and it actually I saw who was it? It might have been all 5 of them on some talk show when it came out.
Kevin James,
David
Spade.
Schneider, Adam Sandler,
Sandler.
and
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, I remember that. movie.
And it came out around the same time as The Hangover. Well, they said they were like, yeah, we went to the movie theater, saw The Hangover, and we're like, oh shit, we have to go rewrite this movie because we have to like compete with this.
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
came out, and it was like, did you go and rewrite this shit?
No.
Because it didn't.
It bombed.
It felt like they just showed up on set. They're like, oh, we're all friends. We'll just wing it.
Right.
We'll just wing this. And it's just like I didn't. It was like the entire premise was like, hey, we're all famous and we're in the same scene together.
Yeah.
Isn't everybody excited? And I'm like, no.
You
No,
can
not
overdo,
that
you can
excited.
overdo that shit in Hollywood, man. Like, if you look at only good movie that kind of really worked with when you had all these, well, a couple of them, like a noticeable one is Harlem Nights. You had like Richard Pryor, fucking Red Fox,
Fox.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy, all them cats in there in the same movie, and that shit worked.
Right.
Like, but nowadays, like I know Kevin Hart was trying to do a modern day version, not modern day version. Oh, Coming to America 2. Coming to America 2.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
supposed to be kind of like that, where you got all these comedians in the same shit again. But like, I'm hoping like with that kind of remake shit, you gotta like nail that shit.
I'm concerned about that one.
I
man.
am too, because Eddie's a tad older, Wesley's older, all these
Yeah.
folks is older.
And
Well,
not,
it's
even, not even just that, man. Like part 1 was so legendary.
Yeah, you can't
Like,
remake that shit,
You
bro.
can't remake.
Well,
You're talking about doing
it-
Scarface again
It's
too.
it's like Dumb and Dumber. I
don't know.
Like
Yeah.
when they come out with that fucking 20 years later.
Yeah.
Dumb and
Jim-
Dumber or
Jim-
whatever the fuck it was called.
Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels look old as shit.
Yep.
Like it's just not funny.
Well,
it can't live up to the first one.
I saw the trailer for the fucking Bill and Ted movie, and Keanu is looking old. He doesn't look. I mean, it just like you
Keanu
could.
Reeves?
Yeah.
I mean, old as hell now, ain't he?
Yeah.
He in his 50s, man.
And they're
Yeah.
supposed to be Bill and Ted, and I'm like, you should have done this 15 years ago. Like, this is too late.
Right.
Like,
I'm
nobody's
hoping this
wanting
John
to Bill
Wick
and
and Matrix is over for him, cause
Dude, out of the 3 Matrix movies, I've only seen the second one, and I was confused as fuck.
oh, you gotta see the first one.
You can't.
That's why.
Yeah, you
Well,
can't,
look,
you can't
look.
just jump in the middle of that.
Yeah, like,
Look,
That's
so,
like I saw Star Wars Episode 3. I don't know what's going on.
well, okay, so I'll give you a little backstory. That was the first time I ever took a chick out, right?
that's
So we went to the movies, and I was like, I think 14 or 15, and I asked her, I go, what movie do you want to see? She's like, oh, we can go see the second Matrix, and I was like, well, I haven't seen the first one. Am I gonna be lost? She's like, no, you'll be fine. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like the entire movie. I'm like, dude, this movie sucks because I don't know the.
you gotta watch the
fuck is-
first one,
She
bro.
just wanted to go on a date.
Yeah,
That's all
that's-
that was.
She just wanted me to pay for the shit.
Yeah.
She wanted to see it, wanted me to pay for it.
Right.
Fucking bitch. We could have went and saw Head of State.
Yeah. Head of State was classic.
That was a good one.
That was a classic.
His story about a man. That shit was funny. That was Barack Obama's first presidency. No, I'm just kidding. Baby mama's running up. I feel like we can steal security. Motherfuckers getting snatched and shit.
Classic.
Chris Rock was funny. That was just my shoulder that popped. Everybody, it's bad. It's really bad. No, but yeah, Chris Rock was funny. Yeah, that is interesting about Rob Schneider though. Like he does do a lot of movies with Adam Sandler, but like we haven't seen his ass.
See,
Yeah.
the thing about Adam Sandler too is like I like his first like 4 or 5 movies like Waterboy and all that and like Billy Madison. But when he started being like too cool for the room,
Yes.
and like getting
Yes.
these fucking like he always had like a hot ass chick. Like I'm like, dude, like you got money. But like, are you that good looking of a dude? Like, do girls actually think you're like hot? Like,
Yeah.
you have like these fucking like model bomb ass chicks, like The Longest Yard. Like his wife's fucking gorgeous. Or what's
Chuck and Larry, he's like
yeah.
his whole concept
Yeah.
is that he like bangs all the hottest
Yeah.
chicks, and it's like his appeal originally was that if you look at like Billy Madison or Waterboy, like he's a loser,
Yeah.
and you want to root for him because he wins. You know,
Yeah,
he's
right.
the underdog.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, and it's like now if he's like, oh look how cool I am, it's like, well, yeah, it's cool. Well, then where's the conflict here? Where's the
What's that
interest?
new movie? It's on Netflix.
Oh, Uncut
Uncut
Gems?
Gems.
Uncut
That's
Gems.
a
It's
fucking.
okay.
That's
It's
an
okay.
interesting one.
I watched a little bit, but I fell asleep.
Yeah,
I didn't get into
it's worth watching once. It's
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
a decent story. There's a fucking huge twist at the end.
Okay.
And not to give a spoiler out, but like I was like, what did that just fucking happen?
Yeah, it does a twist where you don't think it's gonna, the thing you don't think's gonna happen happens, and then another twist on top of
Yeah,
that,
okay.
and you're just like, and it happens with like minutes.
Yeah, within like 5 minutes, there's
Yeah.
like these 2 like huge plot twists in the last 10 minutes of the movie, and you're like, what the fuck has just happened?
Okay.
And now I'm like, now I kind of want to see a sequel, but again, I can't give a spoiler, so
You can't, but I will, because I read what movie was on Wikipedia. So everyone, he dies at the end. He fucking dies. I don't know how he dies,
he gets shot in the head.
but he dies. I will gladly be that guy on the podcast. You guys know I don't mind being that fucking guy on the podcast.
if Tim fell asleep the first time, he'll probably fall asleep the
he
second.
dies. He didn't miss
I know
shit.
what happened.
Yeah, he got popped.
Yeah. But
That's
the
all
way
I
they
remember.
do it, man, it's just like all of a sudden, like it's just like don't, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
He's dead?
Oh, so they just like off them, like just
Yeah.
out of nowhere?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
they-
out of nowhere.
yeah.
It almost did it kind of like you ever see The Departed with Leonardo DiCaprio and Jack
That's
Nicholson.
one on my
Never
list to
seen
watch.
that.
Oh man, that's another one. That one's one that's got like 6 twists all at the end. Just boom, 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 boom,
So
boom.
that's what I need to watch for movie purposes, for movie writing purposes.
The ending is kind of similar to that.
Okay, T, the movie that you're gonna be in, right?
Oh
Is
yeah.
this a predominantly black movie?
It's about Detroit, actually. It's called Asbury Park.
Well, I'm just
Ironically,
wondering
so it's good
because,
over there.
like, janitors and blacks usually are the first ones to get killed in movies.
Actually, the first one to get killed in this movie is ironically, the movie is kind of based on what's going on now with the whole police thing.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
But yeah,
Was it like a historical film or something, or
Asbury Park's a neighborhood in Detroit,
okay?
and it's based on that and different true stories that's taking place there,
Oh, okay.
and tying that into it's like I don't say police brutality, but it's about lawyers like fighting for justice.
Okay.
for about what's going on and essentially with what's going on right now, with
Right.
the race and everything. So
Corruption and
Yeah.
all that. Yeah, that's interesting. When's that? Well, I guess if they're
it comes
still
out
filming
next
it,
year. We start filming on the 1st. It's a 40-day shoot.
First is a good day, man.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 80,000 degrees that day.
Yeah.
It's gonna be nice. Though we get catering, we get good ass food and shit. The
Oh,
dude who
nice.
played we were supposed to get Jason Mitchell, but we ended up not getting him due to things I can't say why on. Like I really can't say why on audio.
Because he got kicked off the Shy. That's why y'all can't get him.
We had him after that.
Y'all had him
We
after
had him
that?
after that, and after his charge, had him still.
Really?
There's some other stuff involved that I can't speak about.
Oh, you wanted to expose the movie? Expose that shit.
No. Again, like I said, they are paying me generous.
They be on your ass. You know?
Absolutely, and this is like my first movie. I would
Well,
never do
It's
that.
like the dude that played the Hulk
which one?
in like Endgame.
Oh
He-
yeah,
he gave-
Ruffalo.
he-
Yeah,
He gave the ending to Endgame, or was it Endgame that they all died?
yeah.
He gave the ending to that a year before the movie was released on a talk show, and everyone thought he was joking.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. He goes, so what happens in this movie? He's like, everybody dies. And like no one believed him. And then like a year later, the movie comes out, and they're like, holy shit, he actually did spoil the whole fucking movie.
Well, sometimes it's like that's gonna be me and my movies and shit. I'm a WWE everyone and just swerve them. Like Vince McMahon.
Vince
comes
Russo
back.
him?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Buff Bagwell in a pole match.
Some Viagra on a pole match.
Right, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call the Undertaker for the movie and have him come out of retirement.
Speaking of WWF or WWE, have y'all watched The Undertaker?
That shit is
yeah.
I watched a
dope.
little bit of it. Yeah.
It's good.
I gotta see it. I watched the first 3. I gotta watch
Okay.
4 and
The
5.
fourth and
Yeah,
the fifth one. The fifth one's the best one.
The fifth one talks about like his match at Mania this year with AJ. And the only episode I didn't like, it was either 2 or 3 when he was just working out.
Okay,
Like he
yeah.
worked out pretty much the whole. I was like, dude, I don't want to
Yeah, I
watch
think
you
I've seen
fucking
that
run
one,
the
yeah.
ropes. Like,
But I thought I wanted to see back in the day.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Survivor
Yeah.
Series and all
Right.
that. But I was hoping to look for that. Not
I was
older
hoping
period.
like like almost what they did with Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like the
right. That'd be
whole
cool.
his whole career.
Yep.
That would that would have been cool. But he probably didn't have cameras following him like
then,
that.
yeah.
So
They only did his last 3 years or so.
Yeah.
If they would have had his
right.
30-year career,
Oh man.
that would have been like a
Legendary.
10-hour
Yeah.
something. Because, yeah, like you said, like he's been wrestling as long as I've been alive, literally. Like Survivor Series 1990. I was born November 1990.
And he was supposed to come out of that egg.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Eggman.
Yeah.
And he was like, please don't let me be this fucking egg that comes out of here. Vince was like, no, you're going to be the Undertaker. And
Come out with Brother Love.
Brother Love. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, I remember
in
that.
the white suit.
Okay, so speaking of Brother Love, I listened to Bruce Pritchard's podcast, and he did an episode on Earthquake. You remember Earthquake?
The two dudes of the tag team.
Yeah, Earthquake and Typhoon.
Yep.
Did you know Earthquake was Golga in the Oddities? I did not know that until
Giant Goat with the mask on?
Yeah,
No, I didn't know that.
that was him.
Because it was him, Kurgan, fucking Luna,
Yeah, and Big Silva or whatever.
Giant Silva. Yeah.
And I had no idea that was him.
Giant Silva was Giant Gonzalez.
They were saying they said
Giant Guns. Oh,
That's all. I just realized that just now. Like Giant
No, he
Silva,
wasn't.
wasn't he Giant
No, he wasn't.
Gonzalez? No.
no. Giant Gonzalez died way before, I believe. But
7 feet tall.
yeah. And he wore that fucking he had
Bodysuit.
bodysuit with fucking hair on his bush. Like what the fuck?
That shit was corny, man.
Undertaker was like,
Man, this is who you got fighting the Undertaker.
Taker said he did not want to do that, man. In his documentary, he recently just talked about it in his documentary. He said, I did not want to do that match. He said he wanted to wrestle with who was it? Other tall dude that just came in. He was like, Vince, let me work with him. And then Vince was like, nah, I got something better for you. And he showed up, and Giant Gonzalez walked by. He was like, you're going to be working with him. He was like, what the fuck? He was like, really? I think it was Bret Hart or something like that. He was working with Bret or something. Okay. And then he was like, no, you're going to work with Giant Gonzalez at WrestleMania.
But one of the so they at the end of Bruce's podcast, I think they do it on everyone. They have an Ask Bruce Anything about the topic, So one person said who looked older from the start, as far as their whole career, Arn Anderson or John Tenta, who was Earthquake, because both of them, when in their 20s, they looked like they were 45.
Yeah, especially Arn Anderson, old jelly roll ass.
Yeah, he looks like the typical white suburban dad, dude.
You're not going out past here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get over here. Let me take my belt off.
Where are you going?
But yeah, that Undertaker shit was real
legendary,
good,
bro. Yeah, it's really, really
And
good.
I wouldn't mind when I heard that he was doing with AJ. I was like, all right, AJ's gonna carry this match, obviously. But the way they did it, the cinematic thing, was fucking awesome. I was like, dude, I
Yeah.
can watch Undertaker like this. I don't want to see him in a regular match. Yeah. But if he's doing shit like that,
Now,
Yeah.
my thing was, did they have that boneyard thing planned before coronavirus?
No.
So
they
they
talk
just
about that in the last episode.
okay, because I didn't see
yeah,
that.
they said coronavirus kind of fucked it all up, and then
Yeah.
they had to think of
They were
something.
going to have a match, a physical match at first at Mania
Okay.
at the at Raymond James and shit, but then Corona
Because
happened.
there wasn't no WrestleMania this year, was it?
It was. It was.
Is that
this
the
year.
shit out that I was watching something and nobody was in the crowd?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yep,
Oh
yep.
man, that shit was corny. Man.
Yeah, that's what. When we saw that, shit, I was like,
I turned
this
it
kind of
off.
takes away the mystique of
Right.
WrestleMania.
They did with the Edge Orton match, the greatest match ever, or whatever
Yeah.
they booked it as. They did pump in crowd noise, which was actually pretty cool. I don't know if it was just for TV or if they could hear it, but it actually sounded all right.
They said they're supposed to be doing that with the NBA.
Yeah,
like
and
taking the
NFL and all
2K
that shit.
sounds and shit and posting, putting them in the arena.
So
So it's you can't see people's faces though. So.
You guys aren't baseball fans, are you? Here and there.
I just like to go to the games.
Yeah, but it's not. Well, it's baseball related, but it's not you don't need to know about baseball. But the Korean baseball league fucking put mannequins in their stands.
What?
There's pictures on Twitter with
know?
mannequins on their fucking. It's fucking hilarious, dude.
Google that one, man.
Like, I was like, man, that's pretty sweet.
I mean, I guess.
What they should
But-
do is like take like a NBA Live '97 crowd and
Yeah.
put that in the fucking stand.
Just get the same 6 people,
Yeah.
copy paste,
Yeah.
copy paste.
That shit would be sweet.
Well, that's what they should have done. I think now I gotta look it up.
See,
Pixelated and
God,
shit.
this is funny. This is
Wait, hold on.
hilarious.
No, you said Korean baseball.
And they got the signs.
Yeah.
Come on.
See, when we get a visual aspect of this podcast, we can put it on a monitor for
Right.
people to see. But yeah, Google Korean baseball mannequins in the crowd.
Oh my God.
what I like though.
Bro, chill.
Oh, so they not only have mannequins, but they also have like cardboard cutouts of people too. And by the way, they're wearing masks.
They're they're social distancing too. It's not even full. They're about 6 feet away. Look at this shit.
So
Yeah.
mannequins can get coronavirus, bro? Like,
At this point, I'm
They're not
starting
taking
to
any
believe-
chances.
Yeah, this is some fake shit.
Well, I showed you that COVID update channel on my TV.
yeah.
That's probably part of those numbers.
It was probably all of them. I wouldn't be surprised. All at this game.
Oh man.
Hey, look, it says sex dolls cheering on the South Korean soccer team. Legs wide the fuck open.
hold on, they got fake cats and dogs in the. Did you see that,
They got fake cats.
bro? Look,
Come on, man. Why they at the game? Like
Bark in the park, man.
Oh my god.
they wouldn't come to the game one any other day.
Oh
What the fuck are they
shit,
doing
man. Yeah, the Tigers do the bark in the park once a year, so maybe that's what they do.
there? All the black people bring their pit bulls and have them fight in the parking lot.
They're like, we got tickets to this game, but this is more exciting.
oh man,
They be scalping their own fights in the
Oh
parking lot.
shit,
all
man.
pit bulls don't fight, T. You
I know.
You know mine.
I know. His definitely. He got one of the sweetest pit bulls. For sure, for sure.
Shit, I got bit by one on my route, man.
Damn, for
Fucking
real?
yeah, right in the arm.
A real pit?
Yeah, like a pup.
Oh, I'm
It
about to
was
say
a
your
pup,
arm's still
dude.
intact. I'm gonna
Yeah,
say, okay.
it just bit it and let go real quick. But if it was more severe, man, I could have got anywhere from $5 to $15,000.
You could have called my cousin Cam.
I could have called it
Yeah.
a Figer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
And God, they were like, oh, we're going to make sure that our client, our Mr. Caboose here, is going to get all his money. Then you tell him 100,000,
But
they settle for 50. That's
Yeah, but the reason I didn't, well, it wasn't that much damage. You know, it pierced the skin a little bit, but I just didn't want them to have to put the dog down if anything serious happened. You know, like, I'm
Yeah.
not. If it would have fucking ripped my shit, then I would have been like, all right.
Oh yeah, kill this bitch.
you know.
Yeah, of course. We're gonna
Fuck
have some
that dog.
Chinese food tonight.
Right.
You know.
So the dog just like ran up on you, or
Well, the chick had him on a leash and kind of did like one of the tighten the leash so it couldn't move. And she's like, "Oh, I'll just take I'll take my package." So I was handing it to her, and the fucking dog jumped up.
Okay.
And then she's like, "Oh, sorry," and I'm like, "Sorry, I'm fucking bleeding, girl." Like,
how big
fuck,
was
man?
it? It was like a little.
Yeah. It was probably a couple months old.
He's probably protecting his owner.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, reaching out. What the fuck you reaching
I was
out
like,
at?
and then I asked her, I was like, he got all the shots and shit, and she's like, "I'm sure he does." And I'm like,
Oh, you
I'm
sure?
sure he does.
Oh,
I'm like, thanks.
hell no.
Appreciate
Call
it.
Cam. 1-800-CALL-CAM, not Sam Cam. My cousin.
You want that as our next sponsorship, man?
Yeah, I'll gladly sponsor my cousin's shit right now. 1-800-CALL-CAM. If anyone has any, I'm not going to give you his real number. I probably could give you his real number. If you guys have any legal issues, call Cam.
Damn, man.
That's all I'm going to say.
I hope I get that endorsement check in the mail.
Right. You got to talk to Cam on that one. Like,
So do I got to call Cam to get
you got to
that?
call Cam and talk to Cam about that. For sure.
Does he have a blind brother?
No, he doesn't. His brother's actually pretty visual. I just got it. That was his
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
His son definitely. Yeah, they took him off the commercial.
They did.
No, he works for. He's like in Congress now.
Is
he's
he
like
really?
big time, bro. Like he's in.
Oh, is he
something-
like a representative or
Yeah, he's
something
like,
like that?
he's like a federal judge now or
Do you
some
think?
shit.
Do you think he saw this coming?
No,
That's fucked up, bro.
and I'm wondering.
I'm just saying, like you, because he maybe he knew that he was gonna.
Look, imagine him being on like the fucking OJ trial or something. Being like, do you see this knife? It's got blood on it. What knife? Like, let me. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't see nothing.
I can't see.
Yeah, it gets weird. How do you? I mean, because
Look at
there's
this
jury
glove.
trials.
It don't fit.
Right.
Like a jury trial, you wouldn't really
Your
need to see
eyes
anything.
only.
But a fucking there's judge only trials.
Right.
You know, you have the choice to pick.
Right.
And like, if he can't see the evidence, then how the fuck's he gonna judge the case?
Right.
Right.
Bro, if I was the if I was the defendant, I'd be like, yo, this is all my evidence, bro. Look at it.
I'd be like, call your dad. I would have been like, man, y'all sent him? Cuz. Like, I know I'm about to lose. This is a wrap.
I'm like, shit, man, I need evidence that he can use his other senses with.
Like,
Well,
right, call Beth Bernstein instead.
Well, I was always thinking that, like, if you call Sam, right, you got the Sam. I don't know how many kids he's got. He's got like the
I
guy
know-
that's
he's
always
got
in the
the three,
commercials
for
now.
sure.
3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 3 that we know
That
of.
we know
He's got a
of.
daughter.
yeah.
He's got the son
And
that
the
we always
blind
see,
kid.
and the blind one. But like when people call, it can be like, can you just give me any of the other Bernstein? I don't want the blind Bernstein.
You're not going to
Can you-
speak to any of the Bernsteins. Here's
Yeah.
why. I delivered pizza to these cheap fucks. They're at Northwestern and Middle Belt is where their office is, for one, and they don't tip. So when you get a call from them, their name is what says you're going to speak to one of their many associates on the third floor there.
I
So
see.
you're going to call there. You're going to get John Whithelstein or John Goldberg, one of those last names. You see what I did there? You're going to get one of those last names, right? And then they're going to be like, hey, how you doing? Our consultation is da-da-da-da. And then the name Bernstein's going to be on the check when you get your shit.
And they
don't tip.
They probably all look like Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems.
Bro. Damn. Close. Very close.
Oh my
Without the beard.
Like,
Without
dude,
the
that's like
goatee.
the most Jewish someone can get, dude.
Yeah, like Dearborn. Like, you know, it's wild.
His whole shit was black.
Yeah, of course. Hey, Kevin. What you putting up tonight, Kevin?
KG.
Hilarious.
Hey, that's KG. Come on, I got a diamond for you. It's good. Brought me good luck. Here you go. Got your ass.
And you
killed.
didn't see this movie?
No, I've only read it on Wikipedia.
So how do you know how he talks to him?
I figured I've seen commercials.
Oh,
Well, that's how he talk in all his movies.
Yeah,
That's
he-
true.
He's I mean, come on. The guy's from New York. It's pretty easy to do Adam Sandler's voice, and I mean, come on. I mean, you know, but
oh man. That was I felt like that was a little Adam Sandler mixed in with some Jay-Z.
New York.
Well, yeah.
It's New York.
New York.
New York.
I've still never been there. I have to go. One
I,
day.
yeah, I've never been to that. I've never been anywhere on the East Coast.
Me either.
That's one of the areas. I've been out west.
I've been to Pennsylvania.
Down south.
I went to the Little League World Series.
Oh, yeah,
Strangely
that's
enough.
right.
That's dope.
That was like, dude, that was the fucking funnest vacation I've ever taken, or one of them. And it was like 3 grown men going to watch kids play baseball.
That's great.
And like we just got fucked up and went to these games. They're free to go to, and then we would go to the club at night and just hit on the single moms. Like, it was fucking awesome.
What city is it in Pennsylvania?
Williamsport. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Like, you know, Pennsylvania's like rectangle-ish,
Yeah.
and Philadelphia and Pittsburgh are on opposite sides, and
Right.
Williamsport's like in the middle.
Right in the middle.
And there's nothing around, dude. Like Penn State's the closest thing to it, and we would go, and like the funniest thing, dude, like we saw like Mexico versus Japan.
What the
And Japan won, and like all the Mexican kids on the bus were crying and shit, and like it was just funny, dude. And then we went to the bar, and man, this could be a whole episode by itself. Fucking, we went to this place called the Cell Block, and it was an old prison, and they changed it to a club. And it was 3 levels. The bottom level, I mean, this was one of the coolest clubs I've ever been to. The bottom level was like had a live band. The middle level was like the dance floor and all that shit. The top floor was the DJ and the VIP. So we didn't know what time people went to the club, you know, over there. So we got there super early, like 9 o'clock. And between 9 and like 10:30, they had fucking quarter beers.
Damn.
Quarter
And
beers.
They were
Damn.
8-ounce cups. So we'd order 4 at a time and have like 32 ounces of beer for $1. So we were getting fucked up. We're talking to the bartender. She's giving us free shots. And she's like, yeah, just come up to me the whole night. You know, I got you guys. We're like, sweet. Like, we didn't want to tell them, like, yeah, we're here to see little kids play baseball. So we said we were here, there for business. And we're like, yeah, you know, we got business with the Little League World Series organization, all this shit. Just making bullshit up, you know? So the DJ comes up to us. Like I said, we're like one of the only few people in the fucking club at this point. And he goes like, where are you guys from? We're like, Detroit. And he's like, oh shit. He's like, here's some VIP passes. Come upstairs. You know, I'll play anything you guys want the whole night and all this shit. So we're chilling with him. Dude, we ended up meeting this guy who owned a couple clubs. And he's like, yeah, man, I kind of want to expand into the Midwest. He's like, and we told him that our company name was Martech. The Midwest leaders in marketing and technology. And like, so fucking, we set up a fucking business meeting for the next day. and he was blowing us up the next day and we just didn't answer. But like, so we're upstairs and we're taking shots, and at the time, in the time of my life, I wasn't taking shots that often because it seemed like every time I took shots, I would just throw it up like immediately, like whatever it was. So I was like, look, man, I'm just gonna try to beast mode these shots. So everyone was buying us fucking shots, bro. So we're in the VIP, and I take one shot, and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking yakking. So I go, like, in the corner of VIP behind this couch, and I just fucking throw up everywhere. And then I just come back to the bar. I'm like, all right, I'm good. Like, I'm not taking any more shots today. So we fucking had to call a cab later, and I went to the corner, and my puke was still there, dude, like hours later. And I'm like, fuck it. It just reeked.
That's crazy.
But yeah, man, we would just try to hook up with like the Mexican moms because they were all fucking like good looking, and we met like this dude that this dude was so big. I mean, I'm talking Scott Steiner big.
Damn.
Big black dude, man. He was fucking huge, and like roided to a T, man. So he goes, he's like, yeah, he's like, my friends call me Tex. I'm from Dallas. He goes, you know Arian Foster? You know Arian Foster, the old Houston running back?
Yeah.
He goes, you know Arian Foster? I go, yeah. He goes, man, I knocked that brother out. I mean, he used a different word than brother. But we're like, all right then. He's like, anyone fuck with you? They fuck with me. I'm like, all right, cool. We got a bodyguard now.
Right.
Dude, every chick that walked past him, man, he just fucking grabbed their ass fucking full palm, dude. And they'd look back and he'd be like, what? I'm like, damn, dude. Like, this dude. And he was by himself. Like, he didn't know anyone else in the club except for us.
That's crazy.
Yo, you kind of have to have those kind of people, though, like those kind of Donald Trump grabbing by the pussy people in your entourage.
Yeah.
Because you need someone
We
to
kind
grab
of need
by-
him for president, too.
You know, like, you need someone to grab North Korea by the pussy.
Right.
Yeah, you want to fake your president's death? Like, bro, come here.
But yeah, dude, that was a fun ass vacation, man. And then, like I said, the next day we went back to the same club, and like, dude, I felt like fucking shit. Like, you know, I had the shakes in the morning. Like, I was like, man, I can't. I'm not. I told my boys, I was like, I'm not taking shots today. Well, some dude tried to offer us to buy shots again because we went in VIP again. So I was like, dude, he's like, let me buy you a drink. You know, let me get shots. And I was like, dude, like, I can't take shots today. If you want to get me anything, just give me a mixed drink. And he's like, no, we're doing shots. And I kept telling him, like, no, man, I'm not doing shots. And this motherfucker buys us shots anyway. And so we fucking all cheers, and I just fucking threw it over my shoulder. And I put it on. I was like, man, that was good. And he was like, man, I saw what you did. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I saw you pour it out. I was like, no, I didn't, man. I took it. And he's like, nah, man, you poured it out, and you just left pissed. I was like, I told you not to fucking buy me a shot, man. Fuck, bro.
I saw what you did. That's why I would have called my man from yesterday. Like, okay, so
Yeah.
like, he's fucking with me. Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when he would have got called in.
Oh, man. It's good fucking times, man.
Indeed. Great times. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting a text message.
Oh, man, I've been getting yeah, that's why I've been looking down. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
What happened? So I got punched.
Yep.
Keep it going.
No, so you were mentioning you got one of your older. You were talking about your older videos and that. What's your? I was going to ask you earlier. I was going to ask you both. Like, what's your YouTube channel names? Because I don't know if we promoted that last time.
Yeah, we also tried to look up Tim Black yesterday on YouTube and couldn't find him.
There's a bunch of Tim Blacks on there, actually.
Yeah, I know. There's like one like is like an activist or some shit, or like what's his name? Jesse Jackson? Not Jesse.
Jesse Jackson. He's an activist, ain't he? I don't.
Al Sharpton type.
Yeah.
like one of those.
One of
types.
those guys on the payroll.
Yeah.
Got you. No, there's definitely a Tim Black YouTube channel. He could tell you better than I can.
Okay.
Mine is obviously T the Monster, and then I have one for my podcast and vlogs from that one show.
That one show. Okay.
Yeah.
With a question mark at the end of show.
Yeah, because you're
Gotcha.
you're that one guy.
exactly.
Yeah.
That one guy with that one show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
That's my whole brand.
And that one girl.
Yeah,
right?
that's my wife. That one girl, and then everything kind of with that one, and then insert down here.
I mean, there was a time where you were like fucking. You had like merch and stickers and shit.
Yeah,
and
I got to get all that stuff redone and get that stuff back going again.
to a point where you could like scan it, couldn't you?
Yeah,
Like you had the little like fucking.
You have a QR code where you can scan the sticker and then
Oh,
it'll
really?
bring you right up to the YouTube channel. So,
Oh, nice.
I'm about to get back on that actually too. I got to get some more stickers made, but it was our logo.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had our QR code on it too. Like I would just give them out to people, like people who would travel all over the world. Like,
Yeah.
hey, just put these, wherever you got to put them.
That's a smart idea.
So
a
people
QR
who
code.
scan them. Bling. What is this? Oh, it's a YouTube show. Oh shit, this is dope.
Like I gotta steal that idea because that's a damn good idea.
They're free, bro. It's free to get a QR code, super free, and then you just print it, or you copy it and then
Yeah, you just
scan
throw
it.
that. Well, I mean, it's just an image. I mean, you
Yep.
just like anything else, you could put that shit on a T-shirt if you wanted to. I don't know why you would, but you could do it.
Yeah, Tim. We were trying to look you up on YouTube yesterday. You got a YouTube channel?
Yep, Tim Black TV.
TV.
Black TV.
That's the
Alright,
piece that
Tim
we're
Black-
missing.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
kept seeing like some like activist or
Yeah,
some
it's an
shit.
activist dude, man. Like I be getting a lot of tags on Twitter. They be like, "What about this political such and such down in Oklahoma?" I don't
You're
know.
like, fuck yeah.
Well, I don't know, but check the album out while you bullshit. Then while you listen to the album, you can go check that out.
Dude, that's what happened with my
yeah.
my fucking Instagram.
Oh,
Remember
that's a
my
good
Instagram
story.
and shit, my Facebook. So I had DJ Anko Unchained.
Yeah.
For my Facebook, right? Well, some dude with the same Twitter handle during last Halloween posted like his name was like Jenkins or something, and he like something D Jenkins, and or D Janko or something. But anyway, he posted that if any kids dress up like Trump and trick or treat at his house, he's putting fentanyl in their candy, and it went like viral. And so like people were messaging me on Facebook and Instagram, like giving me death threats and shit, and like I know this is you, motherfucker, like all this shit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I had to change my name on everything.
Like, God damn it.
I'm like, it's not me, man. I swear it's not me.
Walking past your house on Halloween and shit.
Right?
His lights on.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like that was one thing that I wanted to make sure is like when I started making like accounts. Like anytime there's like a new platform, and it's like it happens all the time where it's like, oh, this could be like the new Twitter. I'm like, I'll probably never use it, but I'm taking my name on that because I don't want some asshole sending some crazy shit on there, and then all of a sudden like they think it's me.
Yep.
Like nope, I'm gonna put myself everywhere. I don't care.
Hey, do you got a podcast yet? I know you were talking about it.
Yeah, we don't got podcast.
What's the name of your
It's
podcast?
that one show.
That's the
On the podcast
okay.
too. We're going to get the visuals back up for this shit too, because like I said, we just moved our office and shit. So like now I can get the whole 3 camera setup and all that shit going.
Right.
So,
And what's the name of your podcast?
Couples Couch Talk.
his shit be lit.
Me and my wife, man.
Yeah.
Me and my wife,
All
man.
right.
We get it every Friday.
We
Like,
we like 2.5 months in, so we 10 episodes right now.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, 10 episodes.
Would you just couple shit like?
Yeah, we random kind, like we did like an introduction.
Yeah.
And then we did like a Q&A. Then the last one we just did this past Friday. We drop them every Friday.
Okay.
So the last one we did was how important is it to know your spouse's family or getting to know your
Right,
spouse's
right.
family. We talked about child support. We talked about
all that
what
shit.
else?
Child support, fucking legendary stuff at the job.
Oh man, oh man.
Fucking
He texts me every week. Why he listening to it? He
like
text
this
me.
shit, it be that good, bro. And I love his time frame. He keeps him at about 20 minutes, so it's like the perfect
Yep.
like situation
Yeah.
when you on lunch at work
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
Like about 20-25 minutes listening to that shit. And I like me and my wife will put it on Bluetooth and shit while we clean it up and just be
Right.
listening and be laughing at that shit. Like, wow, this is good shit.
I'm looking at it right now. I just followed it on Spotify.
Okay, because we followed you guys when T
Yeah.
first put me up on it. We followed you guys.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I see. Yeah, friends with the opposite sex. Let's see. This one I gotta check out. Are women crazy? Like I seen that. I was like,
Right.
yep. That's the first one I'm diving into.
Hey. But the fucked up part about that is, I had no definition of why women crazy. They just crazy than a motherfucker, man. Like,
dude.
It's like, dude,
They're
the
fucking
whole
nuts.
podcast is, are women crazy? He's like, yup. Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week.
that's
Stories one.
That's it.
No, they crazy for sure.
Yeah, I have to check that out as well.
Yeah, man, we have a good time, man.
No, yeah, that's. I mean, that's the thing with like podcasts, especially Spotify. Like, I wanted to make sure, like when we had ours uploaded and everything, it's like it's got to get on Spotify. Now seeing that they got like Joe Rogan, they spent like $100 million on Joe Rogan to put on there. I was like, I think, and there's some rumors that they're gonna get into like video streaming.
Yeah.
Like I'm excited to see what's gonna happen because the way like I've noticed, I don't know if you guys notice on your guys' podcast, like the analytics of it, but sometimes all of a sudden they'll be like, yeah, you get a couple listens, and all of a sudden there's a spike.
Yep.
And then there's like a couple, and it's like, and I was looking, and as you search, it comes up under like a recommended for different things, and I'm like, they got the algorithm down for podcasts finally. Like iTunes, you got to search it, right?
Yep.
And like that's, I'm really interested to see what happens. Once like Joe Rogan gets over there and they start like revamping all that shit.
I think they're gonna get it right once Joe Rogan get over there.
Oh yeah,
Rogan.
yeah.
I love his podcast because he has interesting, different perspective guests like every time. Like some folks like
he's
that.
not PC, man.
No, he's not. He's like, man, fuck this shit. I took shrooms last night, and here's my trip. Da 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 da. With Elon Musk, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've never thought of taking shrooms. Okay.
I mean, you got him to smoke weed.
Yeah.
Like there's a
You got Batman to smoke weed. Like, what the fuck? And his stock shot the fuck down when
Yep.
he did that shit. Tesla's stock plummeted when he started smoking weed. I was like, what? Like, y'all terrible. Weed is great. He was like, it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't. He's like, if anything, it slows me down. He was like, it makes me feel sluggish.
Yeah, it was funny because I was going through the podcast because he uploaded them, a bunch yesterday, and I was going through them today, and I think it was the Mother's Day episode because I was listening to one right after the Mother's Day episode, and the first intro, he's like, well, we were talking about, remember he took the edible the night before, I had the delayed fucking reaction, and fucking he was high as shit when you were on.
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah, dude.
It was like a 12-hour delay.
Dude, I took it like 11 o'clock at night, and then I went to bed at like 4 in the morning, and I was like,
Paused it.
yeah, and I was
It
like, and I was going to sleep. I was like, man, I really didn't feel that. That was pretty weak. And I wake up, I forget what time you.
It was like
you come over.
11:30 because we did it at noon because it was Mother's Day.
Yeah, and I get up and I'm like, oh my god, I was like, it kind of. Luckily, the timing was decent because when I first woke up, I was so high, like I don't know if I can even talk. Like I don't, like I was having a
Edibles,
panic
man.
attack in the shower, like. Oh, this is gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Edibles. They come in like, hi.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? You're here? Yeah. I've been here.
I only did an edible.
It's like a
one
ticking-
time. I told you that story.
Man, you be high for days, go to space.
I thought I was about to die, man. Like, I went out of space somewhere. Like, I saw some colors. It was so vivid. I saw God. Like, it was crazy shit, man.
I'm gonna take these shrooms later on when I get home. I know that was random.
Yeah.
But he said talk to God and like go to space, and I was like, yeah, I would love to take a trip right now.
Dude, shrooms could be fun, but you got to be in the right environment.
Don't go to Hooters and don't go to the bar.
Yeah.
That shit was.
Be at home in your zen, in your booth, in your studio, and just play a bunch of beats. And take
So how long does it take for shrooms to kick in? Like, I never done them.
About an hour.
With your cousin, I'm surprised you haven't.
I told him I don't want to fuck with that shit.
Hey, I think you should. With the way you think, you should. It's a microdose it. You should. It'll open your mind up to some shit, like for real. But it take about shit. The first time Tim Black's cousin, like his family and my like short history. His family and my family are like blood type shit. So. Like, the first time I took shrooms, I didn't even know it was shrooms because his cousin put it on a fucking pizza and just told me to eat the shit. So we was back at the crib on Woodside.
Thought he had a mushroom pizza.
Literally. Got fucking Hungry Howie's and shit. I'm like, all right, bet. Because, like, his cousin's spot was the kicking spot. You know, we pull up and shit. On, like, it would be a routine. Pull up on a Friday. I'll come up with a bottle. Everybody, we decide to go out, get food, whatever. So I pulled up. And for some reason, it was like only me, Ben, and Wayne. Wayne left, and it was just me and Ben. I was like, dog, you hungry or whatever? He's like, yeah, let's get some food. I'm like, all right, you want some pizza? I'll get a pizza, whatever. He had the fifth. I'm like, I'll get a pizza. He's like, what you want on it? He was like, let's get pepperoni. He like, get mushrooms and da, da, da. I'm like, okay. So it was like pepperoni, mushroom, and green pepper or some shit. He had on the pizza. I'm like, all right, cool. So the pizza coming, whatever. We playing Madden and shit. Like we were like right in front of the TV, like playing Madden or whatever.
Yeah, man. It gets hype, dude.
Yeah, so we playing Madden. Pizza comes, so we stop real quick. Eating pizza. He grabbed me a couple slices, bringing food to me or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, go grab me another slice real quick. Motherfucker put mushrooms on it, like shrooms on the shit.
It's like, man, I never seen stems on a fucking.
No, I tasted. Here's how I knew, because like usually the mushrooms on the pizza aren't crunchy, so it's like you eating this shit. I'm like, I'm eating. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? He's like, mushrooms. I'm like, yeah, but like, why they so crunchy? You know, he's like, no, shrooms. I'm like, I know, but like, no, he like shrooms, like the drug. I'm like, nigga, what the? I started tripping. He's like, no. He's like, calm down. You gonna trip? You gonna fuck up your trip? I'm like, dog, what the fuck? He's like, remember when you said you wanted to take shrooms last time? I'm like,
Surprise.
Remember 10 years ago when you said you wanted to do shrooms?
no, like it was like this is like 2014, bro. I'm like, the fuck, man? He was like, just chill. I'm like, all right. So I'm eating this shit. We playing Madden, and so I'm sitting there. We got a whole game in this shit. I'm like, bro, I don't feel shit, man. I'm like, you know, he's like, you can't go. He's like, you can't go nowhere because like you gonna get high for like 6-7 hours. You're not supposed to go nowhere. So I'm like, man, what the fuck? So now I'm kind of stuck here if it's hot because he rightfully so he asked me, you got anything to do?
And you can't sleep on it.
No, you
No,
can't.
you can't.
Yeah,
Because your mind be so busy.
Yeah.
I mean, you just
You don't think you sleep, but your eyes
you
just
physically
close.
can't just sleep. Wow, like it just keeps you up.
yeah, your eyes will be closed, but you're not asleep.
It's like it's kind of like an odd stimulant. To be honest, it reminds me of if you take a little bit of it anyway. It reminds me of taking like Molly. I don't know if you've ever taken
I ain't never
any of that.
taken Molly.
I took it once or twice, and it's I don't know. A lot of people they talk about like, oh, you're gonna feel like you love everything, and it's like, no, I just felt like uncomfortable. Like I just felt like you get a bunch of energy.
You get a bunch of energy. I know that when I'm on shrooms, I will be laughing at any and
Dude,
everything.
we got super mischievous on
Yeah, we
shrooms.
did.
Yeah.
Because we went to the bar. And by the way, on shrooms, you can drink like 15 beers and not feel anything.
Yep.
Don't tell me that shit.
So you can drink and drink and drink, and you won't feel shit. And so we were at Dooley's.
Okay.
And so we're sitting at this table, and this waitress brings out food for the table behind us. Well, there's nobody sitting there. So it was like a equivalent to like a hani, like a chicken wrap, and waffle fries, right? So like it was sitting there for like 15 minutes, and we're like, dude, what the fuck is this? Like no one's sitting there. So like I start eating the fries, right? So like I brought the fries over to our table. We ate the fries, put the empty plate back. Then I took the fucking wrap, we opened it up, and we started eating the chicken and put the wrap back. And the waitresses came back, and they're, who the fuck ate our food?
Ate the waitress's food.
And we were like, I don't know.
Looking at him like, I don't know.
Let me get this chicken on my teeth.
Check, please.
Yeah,
But
before that, we almost got like, well, I don't know if I think we almost got robbed, but I don't know.
Yeah, Trey.
I'm not sure.
Try-
It was a weird.
We were
If you think you almost got robbed, you probably didn't get robbed.
We were at Hooters. And Trey got a little paranoid.
Oh, of course.
And so the situation was these dudes started buying us beers, like pitchers, like a lot of them, and like for no reason. But they weren't even talking to us. They were just sending them to our table.
Yeah.
And Trey's like, dude, he goes, some dudes do this in Detroit, get you fucked up, and then they'll fucking rob you in the parking lot. So me and him are on shrooms, and we're like, brah, get the fuck out of here.
I'm holding on to the table so I don't float away. Like that's where I was at that moment. And so he tells me that, and I'm just like,
shrooms really do have you like feel like you're moving when you're not. Like you be sitting there still and shit, and you be like, am I moving? Like what the fuck? Because everything's like wavy and shit. You be like, dog, am I moving and shit? Like no, I'm
Didn't
not.
you say you saw like a band in your passenger seat?
Yes. What? Yes.
wait, a whole band, like a 5-piece.
Same. Yes, this is true.
You
True
told me that
story.
story.
Yeah. So the first time, Ben gave me the fucking shrooms and shit. After the whole me tripping off him putting it on my pizza and shit, the shit finally kicked in after a while. I was like, whoa. I started seeing Pat like I had too much because I kept saying, bro, I'm not feeling shit. He kept giving me more, more. Because like he gave me after me saying the first time I don't feel anything, he gave me more.
So you had the lemon effect, dude, from Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, like the like super delayed type
yeah.
shit. So he give me more, and then like after the second time he gave me more, I'm like, bro, it's like 10 o'clock at this point. I'm like, bro, I don't feel shit. Like,
Right.
if this is shrooms, like I really don't feel it. Like I feel normal. Like you gave me this shit 2 hours ago. Like I don't feel a goddamn thing. Being like, all right, I'm gonna give you a little bit more. I'm like, all right, take the shit. And y'all know it's a terrible fucking taste. It tastes
it tastes
terrible
like
by it. So the last time they
ass.
gave it to me was by itself, and so I'm like, ugh, this is terrible. So we're playing Madden and shit. Turn Madden off. We're like super in front of the TV.
Right.
It's like maybe a little bit closer to how we are to this TV here. He puts on a YouTube video with the designs and shit. It was over. It was over. That shit started coming out the TV. I was like, whoa! Oh shit, like dragging and shit. I'm like, wow.
The shit to do when we were in high school was to take shrooms, and for some reason, people would watch Finding Nemo. And I'm like, I didn't get it, but
Yeah.
you know,
it made my senses extremely sharp. But back to what he was saying about the band and shit. So I went home at like 2, 3 in the morning because, like I said, you're not supposed to be
Right.
driving because like the feeling it gives you and shit, you know.
You're like tingly.
Yeah, you're for hours. Like you're tingling,
Yeah.
like oh, shit. Like everything's like super sensitive and shit. So I'm sitting there and driving. I'm listening to Spaghetti Junction by Outkast. I'll never forget this shit. I'm on 696 and I'm passing like right over Orchard Lake and shit.
Yeah.
And it's these three, like if you guys ever notice, in the middle of the median, it's 3 lights there. Like the 3 lights that light up the freeway. They're right in the middle.
Right.
These motherfuckers were going back and forth and they were like daisies. Like this.
Oh Jesus!
And Outkast, the music was so fucking clear, and I still don't know. I could be gassing right now, but like it, you would think, and like for me looking, and I swear I saw it to this day. Fucking whole band was in my passenger seat playing the song.
Like how big were they?
A live band.
Like how big were they to
A
fit all in your
fucking
chamber?
chamber, which is a 10-piece band. Like the drummer was beating the tom drum in the passenger seat from what I remember, and I just remember going home like, "Dog, this shit is
Wait,
amazing."
I'm imagining just like a little miniature band in
what
the seat,
No,
That's what I thought.
Right.
like fucking Mr. Conductor from fucking Shining Time Station.
like how the
If
fuck
I
could
could-
they all fit?
if I could visually put it, like imagine.
Come play in my tiny hand.
Like Indian in the cupboard style.
Lock it back and it is a live band. No, but like imagine like. So guys, you guys know like trash compactors when everything get like compressed into one.
Yeah.
Imagine like your front seat like that, but it sounding clear as fuck, but with a band. That's kind of like how it was, if that makes sense. But like you could see shit clearly from what I remember.
Oh,
you can
man.
see shit clearly. And I remember going home. My little brother was up, and my little brother was like, "Bro, your pupils are big as fuck." He was like, "Your pupils are big." He said I was hugging a Honey Nut Cheerios box and then went to sleep on the couch. I kid you not. He can verify this story.
Cook.
You were trying to cuddle with the bee.
Probably, I wouldn't be surprised. I think I took too much shrooms that day.
Oh, bro, that's funny as shit.
That shit
man.
was fun. I just remember waking up like the next day. You ever take shrooms and wake up, you'd be like lethargic and shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like moving. You got to go back to sleep and wake up again. Like, oh, okay. There we go.
You see T driving down 696, fucking conducting the band, bro.
Like, what the fuck is he doing? Just outside the car and shit at 70 miles an hour while I was on cruise control.
I damn near died when he told me that story.
Man, shrooms, great time.
Oh shit,
Great
man.
time. But like now I just take it to get ideas and shit now. Like
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
like to get like to think like, oh, well, I could do it that way.
That is pretty good. That's why I take like an edible. Like if I want to like focus on something, I'll sit down, grab a notebook, and I'll just like whatever ideas come down, I just write it down. And then most of it the next day I look at it and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that was. But then there's usually at least one thing
Right.
that is like, okay, that was good.
Yeah.
He's like, man, there's the Arby's logo.
Yeah.
There, go right there. Roast beef, RB. Roast beef. Someone thought of this already.
Like there's this, I don't know if you guys ever have it where if you get like, it doesn't matter if it's just edible or you just get way too high, you smoke way too much weed or something, and like all of a sudden you get this like epiphany of like, I figured out life. Like I all the pieces are coming together. Like, oh my God, life is so much easier now. And then the next day it's gone and you're just like, what was that?
All I know is my life been elevating since that first edible.
Yeah.
Like,
My life is elevated since I started smoking
been
weed.
like going on an incline. You know what I'm saying?
Ever since I started smoking weed, my life been like elevating like that.
Yeah.
Then I took DMT.
Yeah, we talked
that's
about this the other day when you came over.
Yeah.
You know, you get high as fuck on these edibles, and then you start fucking thinking about like weird shit like death and all that.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, man.
And then you're like, wait a second. I'm
high.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
I'm not dying. I can hear my heartbeat, but I'm not dying.
Me and him were talking about that shit when I came by the other day. It was like, you get like, sometimes I gotta stop on the weed because like I'll get thoughts what I don't like. And it's like, why am I thinking of a car accident right now?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm high. I'm examining life. Like,
Right.
oh, death. Oh.
Like, I mean, I got to a point where I was like, man, am I gonna die? Is this what people think about right before they die? Like 10 seconds, like, you know, what are their final thoughts? Like, do they know they're gonna die like
Right.
in
How
a minute?
does this go?
And then I was like, wait a second, I'm high as shit. Let me put YouTube on and fall asleep.
Yep. Oh, okay. There we go.
I've been like that. I was like that recently. I had drunk way, and when I say way too much, way
Right.
too much. And I'm laying there, my heart like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Am I about to check out this motherfucker or what? I'm sitting there, and then this voice came to me like, you're not about to check out of here. You just fucked up, right?
Dramatic. Relax. Get some water.
It was someone else's voice.
Yeah.
They were right next to him, like, dude, you're just fucked up.
How did you know what I was thinking?
right.
You were saying it, motherfucker. Like, oh, shit.
Bro, I just asked you what you wanted to eat.
Oh,
No, the worst was when the coronavirus started, and because I was home and I would just get high, and then all of a sudden you start thinking about like, wait, maybe do I have coronavirus?
hell yeah. People
got a little-
start coughing.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But it doesn't help though because I just smoked. So now I'm just coughing anyway. I was like, wait a minute, it's a dry cough. I don't know. Do I have it? What happens if I have
Can't
it?
smell right now.
Should I put on a mask?
Right, like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
That happened to me one night. I didn't go to sleep. I was scared. I was laying in bed. I was like, bro. I'm like, damn, do I got the shit? I got up to bed. I took a shower. Went in the other room. I was watching TV. I said, well, shit. I mean, that's not going to stop you from dying if you woke.
I don't want to be asleep when I die.
You can't die.
Dream turning for real, and all of a sudden,
You can't die when you're awake. If your eyes are open, you can't die.
Oh, you gotta be close.
Oh, man. I ain't go to bed at 7 that morning. Man.
But yeah,
That shit be
when I
happening
was thinking about all that shit, dude, like I was like, man, and like, you know, you could hear your heartbeat, and I was like, man, am I gonna throw up? So I went to the bathroom, and I was like sitting there, and I looked in the mirror, man, I was like, man, my eyes are red as fuck. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna throw up.
That be me when I be too high. Like, I need to go to sleep. Like, let me just go down. And my wife be like, why are you laying down? Trust me, just let me go to sleep. I mean, as I'm about to go to sleep, you know you high as fuck. Like, it be a voice like, you know you're just high. Your heart pounding like, you just high. You gonna be all right. If you go to sleep, you'll die, but it's okay. Just go to sleep. I'll wake up 20 minutes later. Huh!
Is it over?
Yeah, really. Be hungry as fuck. Like, oh, thank God it was the weed. Okay.
Well, I do like I've been
Smoking
to the,
with Ben ass every time. Like,
Hey, man.
Them dabs.
My cousin, love him to
God.
death, but, man, hey.
he be having me on the brink of death
Hey.
and high at the same time. Like, I took 3 dabs.
He
be
got
like,
something different
yeah.
to smoke. Like, it's way different. Man.
Dude,
I have to
dabs.
bring him on y'all show one day.
yeah,
like,
dabs is
Dabs are
no
another
joke, man.
animal.
That and moon rocks and all that shit.
I did that one time. I was at the studio that I was working at the time, and right before we left, I was like, "Hey, you just want to do a dab real quick?" I was like, "All right, I'll do it," and then I gotta hop in the car and I'm gonna drive, and hopefully by the time I get home, I'll be cool.
No, you took a dab.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. So then I do it, and I'm coughing. I'm like, "Oh my god, that was awful."
3, 2, 1.
And then I was standing in the studio there, and we were kind of talking, and I felt it creeping, and I was like, "Hey," I was just all of a sudden, I was like, "I know this is weird. I'll see you guys later. I gotta go." And I get in the car, and there's a stoplight like down the street from where I was going, and it was the longest red light I've ever had in my life, and I'm like, "This is gonna be bad." I'm driving down the freeway because it's down in Farmington, so I gotta get all the way back
Oh, yeah, you went woo-woo
over here.
everywhere.
So I'm fucking driving down, I'm white knuckling it, like just focus. Then my phone's blowing up. It's the buddy that I work with, and I'm like, why is he calling me? I just smoked with him. So then I'm like, just white knuckling. He calls me again and again, and I'm like, shit, it must be an emergency. So I pick up the phone, and then he's high as fuck. He's telling me a story. Well, I'm white knuckling it down, doing like 75 down 696. He's telling me a story on how he thought he almost got abducted at the gas station in a white van. And I'm like, that's crazy, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Sometimes it happens, man. You know? Sometimes white vans just pull up. Man or not.
And I'm just like, I just got to keep it together. Like, yeah, then what happened? Yeah, okay, cool. That's fucking crazy. And after that, I was like, never again. That was like an edible, but it was like, the edible at least will creep in like as gradual. Where
Dabs
you're
are
like,
like instant damn near.
Yeah.
They're like, ha ha ha. You be like, yeah, I just took a dab fight. You stop and shit. Hey, I gotta
Bro, you get to the point where you're laying down and do it, and you can only move your eyes.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I was laying.
I
on
miss
the-
those highs.
I was laying on the couch one
Just
night,
be-
dude, and I was fucking high as shit. All I could move was my eyes, and all I could think about was like, man, if I get robbed right now, I'm just gonna be like, yo, man, I can't move. Just leave me, leave me be. I can only move my eyes.
Don't kill me.
Just take what you
whatever.
gotta take, bro. It's a beer in the fridge. At least bring me one, because I can't move. And
a
take what you
straw.
need. Right, and a straw, bro. Be nice with the robber and shit. Can you? While you here, can you like? I told you I
Bro,
was
can
high.
you-
Can you grill? You know.
Yeah, can you let my dog out real quick?
Come on, man. I'm supposed to be robbing you. I mean, I know, but like, I could call
man.
the cops. You know.
Right, I just can't move.
I'm just get this
Hey,
insurance paper.
Hey
off.
Siri, call the cops.
Calling the police. That shit'll probably do that shit.
Hell yeah.
I would. Hold on, let me shut my Siri off.
They're gonna start listening.
Right.
If that shit be listening. I'll be like, yeah, Dan Aykroyd, and all of a sudden on my phone, Dan Aykroyd will pop up like,
They listening all the
oh,
time.
no,
yeah, man.
I don't like that shit, man.
all the time.
I'm about to get a Nokia. Fuck it.
Yeah, just give me that.
At least
brick.
you can play Snake.
Hell,
That's about
I'd
it.
rather do that. Trust me. Like, you can keep the social media shit, because once they start, hey, we know where T the Monster is.
Well, there's that TikTok app. I don't know if you guys been on that at all. Looked at that. So I was checking it out because as far as algorithms, their algorithm is smart. Because every video is just like, it's like Vine, but it's like a minute and a half is like the length, and it's addicting because you just scroll up, and there's another one.
That finger motion. That's
Yeah.
what I keep hearing about.
right.
Yep.
That finger motion is what get people addicted to shit.
Yep. Yeah, because it's just so easy. You can just flip it up, flip up. I don't like what this guy's saying. Flip up, oh, there's another one. And then it learns, oh, you watch this one for 30 seconds. You only watch this one for 10. So we're not going to give you anything like that no more.
We'll give you this.
Yeah. And then you just all of a sudden, because like TikTok, from what I originally knew, was like just a bunch of girls just doing stupid dances. And that's the way it started, because I was like, oh, this is stupid. But then it learned, and next thing I know, it's like, it's a bunch of guys being like, listen, don't invest in Hertz stock no more because they're going bankrupt. And I'm like, oh, shit, all right, that's good to know. Let's flip up to the next one. And it's just like, or it's like, like these old bearded guys like telling stories like, I was homeless for 15 years. I was like, what? What's? And then you keep flipping through there.
Don't get gremlins wet.
Yeah.
Don't feed them at the window.
And the thing is, because everybody's taught, it's like, it's super intense because they only got like 90 seconds to tell you whatever it is, whatever their gimmick is. And what's crazy, though, is it's a Chinese app. And we all know what happens.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
China.
Like, they own, the government owns everything.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. Now they know that China knows who I am. They know what I like.
Yep.
And
China. They're saying that data is about to be the next biggest thing to mining after gold.
Yep.
So
But like too with that like ancestry.com and shit.
Yep.
They say like by I think it's like within the next 10 or 15 years they'll have like 90% of the world's DNA.
yeah.
Yeah.
Based on like the people that fucking do it.
Yep.
And they've already have like for China because they're so like tight knit and they stay to their own, they already have like 80% of their DNA on file.
China.
I've never fucked with like you swab and send
Yeah,
it back.
I would never do
good.
this shit.
All I
good.
know, I was born at Providence Hospital in Southfield, Michigan. That's all I need
Right.
to know. I don't need to know all that other
Right.
extra shit. Like,
Right.
And who says it's true?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And the thing is like they've caught people that done crimes based on this shit
yeah,
because they match up the DNA with the DNA that they're looking for.
There you go.
Well, there was one article I was reading this, I think it was 23andMe, says that they purposely will inject like the information, like false information. Like they'll put like it'll show like you have African DNA, and then maybe if it's like someone that has European descent, just to like they were saying it was something to like fight white supremacy or something. I don't get it. Really? Or they would put in like
power.
Indian like Native American Indian.
They want that
like
info.
DNA just to kind of like say like to I forget what the what the word
divide
was.
and shit.
Yeah, just to kind of like
I
just to
wouldn't be
kind of show
surprised.
like, oh, this is like to support multicultural. That's the word I'm looking for. Like to make like, see, you don't know what you have in you. You could be a piece of everything. So don't get too hung up on whatever your
Oh,
background
I know
is.
exactly what I am for the simple fact that one, I asked my parents, and two, I have a book for my like dad's side of the family
Yeah.
and my side of the family to back up what the fuck I am. So I don't need
I just like the commercial where like the dude looks like so foreign. He's like, I didn't know I was Eastern European, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You didn't know you were Eastern European.
You just said your name is Daniel Swisher Kakowski. What the fuck do you mean?
Right.
It sounds Ukrainian to me. But
I'm like, man, you look like every other Chaldean I went to school with.
Right.
Fuck, man.
Mary Mantra, bro. I'm not. No, but
Yeah, that's I don't know. Yeah, I'm good on that. I know I have a general idea that a piece of my family came from Europe, and some of them keep track, other ones don't, and I'm good on that. Like, and because the other thing is like, okay, so you got the DNA. Like, who knows how long ago? Like on my grandparents' side, there's like Cherokee. Like my grandma is, I think, like a quarter Cherokee. I think like her dad was 50%, and however you do the math on that. But the problem is like, technically, I remember talking to her, being like, I think I qualify for like the money,
tuition, yeah.
yeah.
Right.
And
Give me
she's
like
like,
an eighth or something, right?
yeah. I think I would be like an 8th or 16th or some shit. Like I think I think that whatever number I have, I qualify. And she's like, good luck. Like the reservations, they don't keep records,
Right.
So who knows? Like they say that they're. I mean. And the thing is those tribes have existed for so goddamn long. I was like, it could have been like 1850, and they could have like had, I don't know, some Dutch man comes in and like, you
Flying
know,
Dutchman from Spain. And motherfucker came in there and was like, we're gonna clean up. We're gonna give you this. But yeah, it's all for information, man. Like I swear it is. Like then, like you said, going back to the whole college thing, of the people not really keeping track of where they even come from and shit. So then I think at one point they just start making up shit. Like
Yeah.
if you go like look at, like for example with Facebook. Facebook got posts on it. I think they like manufacture posts and shit to be like, hey, if your last name starts with da 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 da, or like if your friendship this, or if you had a dog before like this, I bet your dog didn't do. I think when people like that shit or share it or whatever, they like, oh, this person had this, so we're gonna
Yep.
take that data
Right.
and tie it into their little profile.
Well, that's like
Mm-hmm.
they're saying like they're like eventually your phone is going to communicate with your TV, so you're only going to see ads like advertisements or commercials that shit for that you either buy or look up and shit.
That's it. I'm gonna get rid of my phone at one point. Your phone is gonna be tiny to your skin after one point.
Yeah, I would,
They already got you.
I'd just be getting commercials for porn all the time. Man.
I probably would too. Definitely would. It'd be X videos.
Yeah.
Tired of watching Pornhub? Yeah, I am. But why are you on my TV?
You use RedTube now.
yeah.
Wow.
Are you
Here,
sick
man,
of X Hamster? Don't use X Hamster. Only losers use that.
Now I forgot about X Hamster.
Are you sick of fucking your hand with X Hamster?
Whoa. I wouldn't be surprised, man. They already got smart refrigerators and shit that'll tell you when you out of food.
Hey man, here's your rant topic for you, man. I got a serious question, like for real. When I've never heard of this Juneteenth thing until this year. When did that come to life?
Juneteenth's been around for a while, but it hasn't been publicized since till recently because I think the media like purposefully did that and put it out there. But black people have known about Juneteenth for a long time.
Okay, because even I asked Trey, and Trey's like, dude, I never heard of this shit until last year.
Well, as I told you, like my people were legitimately slaves. Like so, like I've known about Juneteenth for a while. Like that was the day where slavery got abolished
Right.
and shit. But like the media, of course, being the animal they are, I think they came in and was like, oh, let's capitalize on all this with these rights and shit. And
Yeah, because like I said, I never heard of it until this year.
yeah, that's some real shit.
Not to be like
No,
fucking like.
no, you know I ain't
what
take it- you know I ain't
But
take
like,
it
no,
away.
I even asked Trey. I was like, dude, you ever hear this shit? And he's like, not until last year.
Juneteenth, my grandparents have been talking about it.
Oh, really?
And yeah, since for then my my great grandparents, his so on and so forth, they celebrated because my mom's side of the family, that's why we got all the land and shit down
Yeah,
south
yeah.
from the slavery and shit. So yeah, I've known about it, but I think that the media just came in and was like, oh yeah, it is Juneteenth,
Right.
aha, money, like how they
Yeah.
did with the Black Lives Matter shit. It's
Right,
all a
right.
fucking ploy. But
Like, what was it that, or was it just the frequency changing, and now it's time for people to know about it?
oh, this is why I love conversations with Tim Black right here because it could be that too. It
It's
could
like,
be.
is it time?
I know
is-
for
is-
sure
is-
it's a change
is the
happening
frequency changing? In the world to where now, okay, you supposed to know about this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could be that.
I get the capitalization,
Yeah.
but maybe the frequency changing on the
I
planet.
mean, it's,
I know. I think the frequency for sure is changed on the planet. Like as
Yeah,
we
yeah.
speak, like people are like waking the fuck up to see what's really going on, and that's great. And it needs to happen quicker.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to know. It's just like when I started hearing it, like I was like you, like I just the first I've ever heard of it. And then the big question is, it's like, okay, I get it. I definitely understand the reason why of having like a day like that. But I was like, why don't most people know? Or like why? Because I know. You and I went to the same schools.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody fucking talked about it there.
Oh yeah, and again, I think that's part of their ploy and shit too. To take certain,
Because like everyone knows about Martin Luther King Day,
Yeah.
and
course.
shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
they-
there's certain shit about like black cultures that I think that should be taught that they don't teach. Like they'll gladly tell you about slavery, but they won't tell you much about when it was abolished.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you probably, because that's kind of like the Black Independence Day, like Juneteenth. Like if you know your history, that's kind of what
Right.
that was about. But I think
Do you know what the reason why they call it Juneteenth?
was June 19th was they, black people couldn't really speak
Okay.
back then too. So they Juneteenth. They was like, oh well,
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I just didn't. I was like, where the origin? Like,
oh no,
like,
it was a
you
grammar
can't-
thing. It was a
yeah,
grammar. Like,
yeah.
they couldn't.
And you
they spoke
can't
broken
fucking
English.
find the shit on fucking like. I even tried to Google the shit, and I was like, dude, like I ain't getting no answers.
Oh, it would be like
You know.
saying June 19th, but
Right.
black people couldn't read and write.
Right.
So they Juneteenth. Today Juneteenth. Oh, that day we got free. That and then that's the story that got passed down to me.
All right.
So
That makes sense.
Yeah. No, I just it blew me away though that I'm like 33 years old, and it's just like, and it's again, yeah, it is something from what I've gathered and from what you've said, it's been around for a while, but it's like, how the fuck did it like completely like go right over my head? Like I went to college, they never taught it in school, they never taught it in college.
who's controlling the education?
I mean, we're talking about like 155 years.
Yeah.
Like, or some
Who's been
shit.
controlling the education that's been in the curriculums of the education that's been
Well,
coming up?
the history book still got the same bullshit in it from when we were all was in school.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
So yeah, I think they withhold information. Like they tell you Christopher Columbus discovered America when it was Amerigo Vespucci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
right.
what I'm saying? It's like,
facts.
come on. So that's another thing. Like when I have kids,
Was
Yeah,
it
Christopher
was it in
Columbus.
1492?
no, it was 15. It was after Columbus. It was like 15 because Columbus never set foot in North America ever.
Yeah, he was in the
He was
Caribbean.
he was down in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he discovered DR, current day DR in Haiti. He discovered that.
Mm-hmm.
But Amerigo Vespucci discovered America through Florida. And
Well, you know
went
why
up
they
and did
do
all
it
this shit.
because it has the rhyme.
Yeah, Columbus. 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean. You can't say
Yeah.
in 1492, Amerigo Vespucci.
Yeah, it's
when-
too hard to say.
Yeah, like
I mean, that's why it's named America.
There you
Not,
go. There you go.
not Columbus.
literally Columbia. Yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
that's how he got his name, America.
Like
Yep.
that's like I remember learning that part. Like I was like in this maybe middle school or something like that,
Yeah.
where you learn about Amerigo Vespucci finally, and I was like, well, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah,
like that.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was always the big thing of like, yeah, where does the name America come from? Because then the English didn't come until like way later.
English
know.
came in the 17 or late 1600s, 1700s.
Yeah.
And then America kind of adopted what Britain did to their own people, dumbasses. But yeah.
Yeah.
No taxes. America was like, we don't want to be taxed. We're going to beat Britain's ass when they come over here. Yeah, kick their ass, Revolutionary War. Hey, we can do this to our own people. Yeah,
Yeah.
tax, bitch. Yeah, you got to pay us now, even though it's technically unconstitutional to
I
pay
got
taxes.
this great idea.
Right, exactly.
We should just charge people for
to
living
live
here.
in
Yeah.
this motherfucker. 'Cause we found it, so we can just charge them to live here for generations to come.
They found some shit where people was already living.
Right, we found
Yeah.
some shit that they found us on
Yeah.
that people were already living at.
Yeah, they go to the Native Americans like, look, man, you got to pay for this shit now.
They looking like,
Like what?
my friend, my
do you
name
want?
is Running Wolf. We have been here first.
They pull them guns out.
Oh, they pull spears. Like, what you want? Pow! Oh, that was quick. Oh shit!
Yeah, you're right.
Their
You're right. You
spears are
found it.
stronger than ours.
Yeah.
Running tiger. They're
Fuck your maze.
like fuck that corn. Here, take this polio infested blanket.
Yep.
Shut the fuck up. Here, and it's gonna kill off everybody. Take these beans and beads and shit. Here you go. In fact, let's have some dinner too. Let's get a photo op real quick. Here's a rock. There we go. Get this picture in real quick. Y'all good? All right. Kill them.
12 hours later when it gets painted.
Right. Here we go.
Let's stand here for 12 hours.
You got nowhere to be, right?
Oh shit. America, the land of the stolen.
Oh, shit, man.
I just got an idea for a movie. We should go back in time and like, I want to go back in time with a rifle and a bulletproof vest in a fucking bulletproof car and just run up on a whole bunch of plantations and shit. Just walk up. What are you doing
What are you,
here?
a player hating in time?
Just blowing
man.
people away. Like, oh my God.
What you, Django?
Yeah.
Silky Johnson?
Something. But I come back with a Cadillac and shit, banging rap music. What the fuck is that noise? And I just pulled up and shit, drinking on the plantation, because then I would like school all the slaves. Like, y'all know it's more of us, right? Like, what the fuck? Like,
You'll probably see Jay-Z, man. He's in that one
Yeah,
picture.
I've seen that.
That's fucking
Time traveler, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Time
doing an
traveler.
episode on that. Thank you for reminding me. I need
There's
to do an
like
episode on the
Jay-Z,
Mandela effect.
Keanu. There's like a time travel picture of
seen him.
Keanu.
I seen Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Murphy? There's one of him?
Yeah, man.
Hold up. 'Cause-
There's a bunch of them. Well, I was thinking about this. I was high, obviously, and I was thinking about like there's the fun side of the conspiracy of like, oh, maybe can you travel through time? But then I was also thinking like there's only so many combinations to the human face that you can have.
That's
Like,
true.
you probably played a video game where it does like the customization, like build your character, and you like
does
build
like
it like
Murphy.
a nose and an ears and all that.
Right.
And like, I want to know, there's got to be at least like 5 versions of me or 5 versions of you
Yep.
over the entire, course of human history.
Right.
Right.
Like,
Oh, based on the archetypes of face? And
yeah,
shit?
yeah, because there's only so many combinations.
Well, that's what Nate was telling me as far as when I get my tattoo of the angels.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, he's like, what I do is like I use this software to take different features of girls' faces to put it all in one, so you actually don't have a real girl's face on your skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Does
yeah,
that
yeah.
make any sense?
Yeah. No, I
You
get
got a serious
Oh.
face on you.
Yeah, I'm like, you're walking down the street and some chick's like, why do you have me tattooed on you?
Right, right.
You know?
Because you're my bitch. That's why.
because I love you.
That makes me like that's what my new season of my show is going to be. My podcast is going to be about all that kind of shit, like Mandela effect. Like, are we really existing in different universes as we speak right now? What the fuck was that
Well,
boom noise? You know?
Who was it? I forget who it was, but they were saying that just based on video games alone from the last 30 years on the graphics and how they came along is either we're the first people in the universe to do this shit or aliens came and showed us how to do this shit.
I've heard that. I've heard that there's, I think, I don't know, like an early Joe Rogan episode, like he was talking about
Like
that.
aliens farmed us here and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, they put us here to mind go.
Yeah.
Yep. Because they need to fix their ozone with the gold. Which, oddly enough, Bill Gates had this idea to just like shoot up some metal particles into the ozone layer to fix it recently. And I was like, oh man, that's a very
what I
interesting
think?
concept.
All right, so spoiler alert for my podcast. I think that aliens are interdimensional beings are us from a different timeline coming back to say, hey, change this real quick because you guys fucked this up in the future. So, and that's how we get like Mandela effect like shit. Like Bernstein Bears, how he didn't really say, Luke, I'm your father in the
Right.
movie and shit. I think that's what happened. Like, I think because the armies come out and say, we know there's technology that can do that shit. Like,
Right.
jump rooms exist. I think that I think that we
I could
are
see that.
aliens from the future coming back here. Like, we've in the future developed material to come back here and change shit, which is why we'd be like, my wife and I had the same this happened other like there was like a tropical smoothie. There's a tropical smoothie on Greenfield and Nine. We know for sure there is because we saw that bitch get built, and we were like, it's not there. Like, hold the fuck up! I remember this bitch being built. We were just looking at each other like, it's not fucking there. But they just built a whole new plaza at 9 in Greenfield. There's a fucking Jersey Mike's and shit there.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be a tropical smoothie there. It's not there. It's like a fucking nail salon now. And we were like, yo, what the fuck? Something happened.
Right.
Then maybe in the first Matrix, this is why you should watch the first Matrix. They say in the first Matrix, when you notice a deja vu like that, it's a change in the Matrix. They went back and changed something.
Dude, I thought you were gonna go completely different that way. I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, me and my wife were walking down the street and saw me and my wife walking down the street coming towards us.
What the fuck would I even do? Like, I would
With
just
different
look
clothes
like I wouldn't even know what to do if I saw that shit.
Right.
Like, do I kill me? Because like, what if I die? Like, both of them, like, it could be over. Like, if I pow, and I'm like, oh, I feel it. Like, oh shit.
But they say you jump timelines.
Yeah, I believe that too.
It says like we all, depending on what timeline you on. Like because we might not even all really be here right now. It sounds
true.
crazy than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But
This could be like the holding cell.
you jump timelines, man.
Yeah. And I believe that's true. Like, you can shift dimensions and densities. That's a whole
I
different.
mean, there's supposed to be some conspiracy about Tesla having a time travel.
Nikola
invention.
Tesla, that's
And-
real.
And they took all of his fucking work
Out of his apartment in Manhattan. That's true. That's 100% real. Nikola Tesla created free energy for the world in 1920 or 30 or some
Which is
shit.
crazy that
Free energy, wireless internet,
Yeah.
all that shit back then.
he was able to do that, and then we're almost like 100 years later,
And here we are.
and we still don't have the the ability just to light up an entire town without any wiring.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's crazy to me.
You know who else did that? The Egyptians. The Egyptians created free energy too through the pyramids. That's a whole different story too.
Because the pyramids was you could jump from pyramid to pyramid.
Yep, they were at the top of the pyramids were originally limestone, and under the pyramids are aquifers. So like the energy and the currents from the aquifer going up into the limestone, there's like a low or is it ELF or extremely low frequency or whatever it is. It created power, and the way they're like lined up the pyramids, if you look at them from the sky, they look like a goddamn motherboard on the computer. And like you said, that's what powered Egypt and shit back then. Like they had power.
They were saying that the pyramids could also be like coordinates for fucking aliens and shit. Spots that they know.
Yeah, to know where to go. Yeah,
Because they said they
right up under the stars too.
connect with the stars.
Orion's
Yeah.
belt. They coincide with Orion's belt directly. Yeah, I've heard that too.
Well.
Yep. Like it's those
And like,
pyramids.
how the fuck would they make those, man?
Yeah, that and the Nazca lines too. the
Nobody
big
figured it
ass-
out yet. Nobody figured out how the hell did they build these pyramids. Like,
and they're perfect. Like, and you're saying that like people say, well, they had slaves. They, you get enough people, they could do it. I'm like, I don't know.
Not
though.
over that.
To
How
get like
many
the
years-
perfect angles, the perfect
as big as
smoothness.
those rocks, those stones
Yeah.
are, as many of those are, and then you build 3 pyramids.
I think that shit was extraterrestrial. if
Yeah.
you ask me, man.
I think that
shit was
someone threw that
unhuman,
shit
like,
in.
Right.
Yeah.
Same with Stonehenge and all that kind of shit. Like, it's okay. So, do you guys know what ley lines are?
No.
Okay, ley line, LEY, ley lines, and so I don't want me to keep this podcast too long, but long story short, ley lines essentially are points on the earth where there's gigantic sources of energy. The Bermuda Triangle being one, Chichen Itza, the pyramids of Giza, they're all over the place. The earth has chakras essentially. And they're at these different coin points of line lines. So if you ever go to a certain place and be like, wow, I love the energy here. Hawaii has one. And I've noticed that like when I go to LA and it's one in the valley in LA, like I'll be like, wow, I love the energy here. And like I'll go to like so in Atlanta, there's one near Atlanta. I'll go to Georgia and be like, I love the energy here. And I'll be like, what is that? Then I looked up ley lines. And ley lines are like power sources on the planet where like there's different the energies and shit. And they were saying like the pyramids are all built, like every single ancient pyramid is built on a ley line. The ones in Egypt, the Chichen Itza ones in New Mexico, they're built on ley lines. The ones in Peru, they're all built on ley lines and to get that energy and shit. And I'm like, And it made me think because it's like, okay, I've been to the ones in Mexico, in Cancun, and it's like, oh, the energy there, you can feel it. And it's like,
Right.
it feels like some shit happened here. It's like,
And the
Yeah.
thing is if that like someone would have built that
Yeah.
specifically on those points, how the fuck would they travel to it back then with
Yeah.
no planes?
Right.
Like it would take
Well,
fucking a
that's-
lifetime to get there.
Yeah.
And that's what's
Right.
that's,
Everyone
so
around the world was doing the same shit at the same
Right.
time. So it's like you're all building pyramids.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is like they were able to get the concept. I mean, they're slightly different,
Right.
but they got the concept together. They're on opposite ends of the world that they don't even know that each other exist, and you're able to So, and they're able to fucking figure that out on their own. Like it's almost like it's an embedded knowledge.
Yeah.
Like during that
they
same
had.
time, like it's like a couple hundred years apart. Like
Yeah.
the ones in Mexico were built around the same time the ones in Egypt were built, and then the ones in Peru were built. And it's like, why were everyone building pyramids,
Right.
and not like spears and or whatever? And it's like,
But pyramids are on Mars too.
supposedly that's what they say.
I've seen it.
Oh, you, like
I've watched it.
the pyramids up there.
It's pyramids on Mars.
I gotta get up there. I want to go to Mars.
I mean-
Immediately, I gotta leave Earth. There's another place we can leave and go to that's better than this.
Well,
bitch. Let's go.
like I think fucking Mars was like Earth. Like people live there, and
Yeah.
fucking it just fucking rotted out or whatever, and fucking that's why it's all rusty and shit and red
Well-
because that was where people lived fucking millions and millions of years ago.
Well, there's the idea of like the sun, like stars will shrink over time. So if the sun was a lot bigger, say like billions of years ago, the sun was much bigger than what it is now. And it means that Mars would be closer in proximity. And that's why Earth works, because of we're just like in a perfect position for the heat and so on. Like,
So as the sun shrinks, you think that life going okay?
it
makes sense.
moves to the next planet down.
because Venus is
from there.
Venus is too
Close
close.
to- yeah, and
but
it's
it's still got an
similar to Earth.
atmosphere and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just too close.
Yeah, so like I think possibly, maybe like 1 trillion years ago, we'll say, Mars could have been what Earth is. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why there's water there.
Agreed.
And
What if our
and
next life is on Venus?
could be?
Well, we
Or what
won't,
if we're
we
currently
won't
on
be
Venus
there.
now?
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be there.
But yeah, I mean, another 1 trillion years down the road, yeah, it could be to Venus, and that's maybe like the mission of human beings is to jump from one to the other. I know I'm sounding a little like Alex Jones, but it's just
No, but that's real.
Alex
That's
Jones,
That's
goddamn
real. Though. That's real.
Austin,
Yeah.
Texas. Alex Jones crazy.
yeah, he is a nut
Wild
job.
ass. I used to watch him faithfully. Then I realized, like, okay, this motherfucker might be an agent.
He's
bro.
just-
I was like, God damn it, man.
Yeah, he's great on Joe Rogan, but yeah, outside of that, I can't get too deep in that. But I mean, I honestly think that, because look, that's what Elon Musk is talking about. He's obsessed with going. I don't know why he wants to go to Mars,
Fuck out of here.
but
He's trying to get out this atmosphere.
I think the idea is right, and I think like the way we were talking about like how America was, found by like the Europeans and whatnot, and we're able to connect the dots of like, oh, there's this whole other continent here. I think space is like the new continent. I think that's where.
But is that the reason now they got the Space Force?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, the what?
The Space
You don't know
Force.
about
You don't know about Space
What the
Force?
fuck is the space? Why does it sound like a movie?
Trump came up with it.
Yeah.
The Space Force, man. You got to look that. Like they got the Air Force and all the different militaries on the planet.
Yeah.
They got a Space Force now.
So who the fuck? What countries are these motherfuckers from?
America.
So all of us can get together and guard us from being attacked from space, but we can't help each other down here.
Nope.
Suck my balls, America. Suck my balls. All of them.
Well, because
All of them.
think of the resources. If you can get somebody up there to like say there's an asteroid that comes close within our orbit, we can get someone up there to mine it for all the precious metals.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking gold, lithium, fucking all that shit.
feel like T's tangent
we could
coming on.
we could end up wiping
I thought
out
it
any
already happened.
debts that we have.
Right.
And I'm sure if we're thinking of doing that, China's also got a space thing.
Yep.
Russia.
Yep.
Like, so we got to be up there and we got to protect it, aka Space Force.
Space Force. There you go.
Melvin Troy, I must now throw a wrench into your hypotheses.
God.
Okay.
Here comes the T's tangent we've been waiting for. In the Bible, not saying the Bible is 100% correct,
Sure.
but it says firmament in the Bible. It says God then rested upon the firmament. You guys know what firmament is? No. Translates to dome. So interesting that they thought the world was round first, or no, flat first, and then they saw it was round. I do find that interesting. Not saying that I'm a flat earther completely, but I do see that it says firmament, and then I do see that every time we've actually tried to leave outer space physically for real on camera, it kind of cuts to black after a while. So I personally think there's more evidence leaning to the fact that we can't leave this bitch. And I say that because how come we don't have a 100% visual live stream of the Earth from space, like on a cable channel? If you guys have all those satellites up there, we should be like 20,000 plus satellites you guys we claim you have up there. We would see them spinning all the fucking time at night, for one. Two, on top of that, if all these satellites were up there, we would see them in all these space pictures. Three, on top of that, if all these satellites and shit were up there, we wouldn't need a fucking Space Force because they could be able to track that shit. Four, on top of that, if there's a firmament on this bitch, we can't leave. Five, on top of that, there's a rocket or a video of someone shooting a rocket to space, that bitch hitting the dome and it falling back down. Six, on top of that, Andrew Basiago confirmed that there's jump rooms on this bitch and that Barack Obama used them in the 80s to jump to Mars. 10, which I
Obama?
just...
Wait,
Wait, what?
you had me going until you said Obama
Yeah,
jumped to Mars.
I just want to throw that in there to get you guys' attention. That's look up Andrew Basiago. That's true. Like he tried to run for president. They shut him the fuck down quick.
Yeah, because they not really blasting off and going to Mars. They
jump it.
They jump
Yeah.
into
I
Mars.
think that's why I said
Ain't
like,
no
let me
thinking.
throw a
No,
little
that's-
wrench.
that's
Like,
what
I
they
don't-
doing.
Yeah, I don't think we're physically leaving this bitch. I think they're like, yeah, here's a picture of a rocket going. Go jump to Mars real quick. And then they're like, "Foop, foop, oh look, we found this at Mars. Yeah, bitch, you jumped there."
Well, what was the shit they just blasted off about a month or two ago? I watched it on TV, and it was a fucking mouse on the damn rocket when they was going up. It was a mouse on. You know how they showed like the when they blasting off, they showed the camera.
Yeah.
It was a mouse.
Oh,
on
it was
the
a
thing.
SpaceX. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a mouse on there. Well, how is this mouse still alive way out there in the atmosphere?
And how's he just clinging to this thing?
It's a rocket blasting off.
And not to mention that bitch hot as fuck. And
Yeah.
like that motherfucker
But no,
cooked.
YouTube that though.
I'm sure it is there, and it's like it makes you think like, all right, who controlling these narratives, man? Like,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, there's some. I mean, that's partly why, like, I believe, like, you brought up the Bible. Like, these are a collection of stories of things to teach people. Like, you know, you talk about like savage people walking in the desert. Like, they don't have no sense of anything.
Right.
And you're like, hey, you know, like it always goes. A lot of people always bring up like the, you know, marriage, a man and a woman and whatever. And it's like, well, technically, yeah. I mean, we have it now. You can marry whatever gender you want to marry. But it was like, but what about like the one guy in the tribe that like wanted to marry his camel? And then you gotta be like, look, you can't do that. And he'd be like, well, why? And he'd be like, because there's God and he's gonna watch you, and you can't do that. So go get married to a woman and keep the camel on the side if you'd like.
Right.
yeah, so this camel hump with my wife.
But like, I think that, but you need a narrative to control a tribe like that. You know, as you're wandering around and throughout the Middle East. Same thing now that we're on a global thing. I agree that there is some sort of narrative, but we just don't know who's really
controlling
it.
bitch.
Yeah.
Someone's just playing the
13
Sims
families.
with us.
And
Someone's
you
just
know,
playing the Sims with us, man. Fucking.
I totally agree, man.
we just in these bodies. Like, no, we kind of are. Like we're energy at the end of the day. We're in these bodies, just living. See, now it's going to get too deep.
But like,
we're the universe experiencing human.
Like, imagine if
that-
there is a dome up there, like the Simpsons movie, and like fucking aliens put that dome just to capture us here. Fucking shit, dude.
Well, I have heard that Earth is a prison planet.
Right.
So think about prison. Like you can't escape the motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if we in a prison planet, it's a dome over here. You can't
get out.
blast off and leave. You know.
Yep.
I mean, maybe we exist on other planets and are like,
Because
those
when's
damn
the last time
humans,
you seen
man,
a
they're
falling
fucking
star?
wild. Just
Yeah.
just dump them there, just
Yeah.
leave them. We just put them. We get a human, just put them in that on Earth.
Put them in there
because we can't handle that shit.
Yeah, like well, Tupac said it. We probably in hell already.
Yeah.
like
Maybe.
we don't know where we don't even know where the fuck we at. Like in reality,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like,
We
if
just-
you sit back and like really think about it,
We were told that this is what this shit is.
oh
like,
yeah, this Earth.
yeah, Mexico's over here.
Like it's Earth.
And Michigan's right here.
Mexico's over here, man.
And then they created these laws and
Yeah,
shit. Like,
here, live by these laws, not the natural ones you're supposed to live by. Not the ones where you just live by the land and do your own shit.
Right.
You have to know what Kim Kardashian's wearing, bitch. Have to.
Right.
Like, come on, it's
Well, that's another
I
thing.
can't
It's like
just trade my fucking cow for a blanket.
no.
we don't have like, you know, like people had a Bible or a Torah or whatever back in the day. It's like, here, you need to know how to live. Here, listen.
So-
here's a safe bet: don't eat pork, don't eat shellfish, because there's a good chance you're gonna get sick and die. So don't do that. But we don't have that no more. Nobody really tells us. It's just kind of like, just go figure it out, and you know, we'll tell you if you do it wrong,
Right.
and we'll correct you. But just figure it out then. And that's, that leaves a lot of open interpretation. And then
Yeah, because what was the Bible before the Bible? While that was going on, what did they read?
you probably just told
they
each
lived
other.
off nature.
Yeah.
They lived off the land.
So who
And they-
exactly? So who told them how to live before the
Right.
Bible?
Yeah.
It was
The
somebody
land
that-
told the motherfuckers,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, here, this is what you need.
This what you-
you just like just how a fucking, let's see, how like a animal naturally has it in it to do what it needs to
Yeah.
do. Like then we get poisoned, I say, but the moment we're born here by buy, sell, obey, do this, do that. This is how you're supposed to live. You're supposed to work 40 years and then die type shit. Like, no, the fuck we're not. Like, we're supposed to do whatever the fuck we want to do on this bitch. Live off the land and eat good food.
And we're not supposed to live past like fucking 30.
Yeah.
You know?
We're not supposed to live past
No.
30?
No, the average
Yeah, the
lifespan
average lifespan
used to be like
I mean,
30
Jesus
or something.
died. Well, Jesus,
Well.
bad example, but he was 33, and like that was somewhat old for his time. You know?
Shit.
And people were a lot shorter back then. They were.
Yeah, I heard they were short as
They're
fuck.
fucking
Yeah.
like 5 foot tall, dude.
I'm trying to live to see the triple digits. I don't know about y'all. I'm trying to see how all this shit unfold. Like, oh shit! Like I knew I was right.
Well, they said Jesus was a 33-degree Mason.
Yeah.
That's what the number 33 came from.
I
Like when it
see.
comes to him, he was ahead of his time. I just think he was on another. If he really existed, I'm gonna say. I just think he was on another frequency.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It would be the same. Here's what I think of Jesus, and I won't. And I think he was real. As a real person. I think
Yeah.
Jesus was a normal person like you and I, but like you said, on a different thing. It would be like me coming to you. Now, keep in mind what I'm about to say is all 100% true. But imagine me not knowing anyone in this room and saying, "Hey guys, I'm the Son of God." If you like your faith, essentially, this is what he said: your faith will save you. Just believe. I can, if you want to, I can heal you, by laying my hand on you and praying for you. And then because you saw me do this, your faith in seeing this before made you believe it's real. So you're kind of playing a mind fuck on yourself when I'm around because of this power you gave me because of these stories. So you're going to say I healed you because you saw me and heard the stories of me doing this to someone before and you believe it.
So it's like
Yeah.
a placebo effect.
Yeah.
Because it's the same as me, like saying, if I went to someone and say, "Hey, I'm the Son of God." I mean, we technically all are the sons
Right.
of God, children of God. It'd be the same thing. Been people taking it super literal and being like, "He cured me." Da, da, da. Well, in actuality, he kind of just told you that you're sick and you believed his.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that he wasn't. Not
Right,
saying that
right.
this wasn't true, but like people's mind can play that effect to you, like you said, a placebo effect for sure.
Bro, you're gonna hit triple digits, man. And Trump's still gonna be president.
That's the problem. If I hit triple digits and Trump's still alive,
2077. Trump's 13th.
you're in poverty
whatever.
still.
He's got like a cyborg attachment to him.
Fake news.
fake news. I'm still here. They got me some Futurama shit. My head's in a jar, just floating around.
Oh shit.
Well,
But I think on that note,
Yeah.
we'll wrap it up. Tim Black, T the Monster, thanks for coming by.
absolutely.
Gang.
We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, plug anything you need to plug right now, man.
Man, catch me on all social media sites at Tim Black Detroit. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everything. It's all Tim Black Detroit. Check out the music, videos, everything.
Tim Black TV on YouTube.
Yep, Tim Black TV on YouTube.
T the Monster on Spotify, Instagram, Twitter.
That's correct. Yes, that's
anything
spelled
else?
TEATHEM-DR. Said that really fast. No, just for everyone listening, thank you for listening to my friend's podcast, 64-Bit Legends. Make sure you check out Couples Couch Talk as well. And check out that one show, man. The album's coming. I think it's a goddamn game. And if so, it's game over.
All right.
cool.
And then you can obviously find us 64-Bit Legends on Spotify, Google Play, Google Podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, wherever the fuck you can listen to podcasts.
Yep.
You can find me on Bobby Caboose on Twitter, Instagram. My boy Melvin Troy, he's got the Twitch channel.
Yep.
Check him out on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
We will start be doing 2 shows a week
Yeah.
soon.
Yep.
We're going to get video soon. We're coming with the sitcom draft. We got a lot of big things coming. So
Big things.
check us out. Until next time, peace.